Also,
Okay. So the group has been around Terrafex City for several days now, coming into the large city, now settling the matter of the deed for the inn, which was once known as the Nine Pines. I don't know what it will be known as, if it will still be known as the Nine Pines, but this inn, and you've begun some work to restore it, get it back in order, and register with the city as the proper owners of the inn, as well as doing some shopping and getting some things you needed after the long, many months away at sea. So things are getting to get settled for you. Though it was a little unsettling as Zig stirred up, along with Sharkbait, the local thieves, a couple local thieves groups who apparently are in conflict and sort of stumbled into the middle of it, dispatching a number of thieves from a gang a couple blocks over known as the Stilettos, and then forming a sort of tentative, at least, I don't know, so I say alliance, probably overstating it, but a tentative moment of working together with the Breakwater gang, a different gang that is living in this ward and trying to keep the Stilettos out. They indicated they were also interested in the inn you were claiming and would be by again later to discuss more about it. You also did a couple other things. You delivered a message from Freelore
the horse girl
to the Sodality of Ancient Descent. Yep, where there was some strange people living there, strange wards and children and young adults living there. A very interesting place. As well as met a large warrior type who was also looking to purchase the inn, who's now had that aspiration dashed as you legally own it. But he asked that you come to the Wild Kraken Inn to discuss more with him. As well as, I believe you staked out during the day Blue Willow Inn, where you believe Ariba, Ramona's sister, maybe. And that I can't remember exactly where we left off, but essentially we pick up in there.
Mel and I were book shopping.
Yeah.
Was where we left.
That's true. Yes, you are. That's right. You return from a visit to Tetrad Hill, where you
was an enthralling visit to a library.
Now visited a library, bookstore, engaged a scribe in some research at your direction. We'll be ready the next day or two.
So if Evan and I are still out walking, yes?
Yeah, on your way back. I can't remember what the rest of the group is doing.
We're supposed to be going to that other bookstore.
Right.
To pick up a
We're
map
headed towards the other bookstore. Okay, good. You know, the other place we should probably visit is back to the Sodality of Ancient Descent to ask if they have any information on Cheryl.
They may need to see her to.
True. That's another avenue.
I don't know if she would want to do that, nor I don't know if we necessarily about her.
Well, we'll see what this research brings forward, and then we can talk to her about it. But it's definitely a possibility. Didn't occur to me till we were just walking. We probably could have asked questions while we were there.
Yeah, it was. I had a lot going on.
Yeah, there
time.
was just a little bit of distraction going on there too.
Yeah, it's always zig with the being rude. It's hard to keep context of things. How far away
Alright,
is
so
this
where are we headed?
bookstore, Hans?
It's just on the edge of the Tetrad Hill. On your way out of the district, you come upon the Seminary of the Lower Expanse is where you purchase some research.
Is your stream running on yours, Hans? Because it's frozen on mine.
I don't know. Let's take a look. I didn't actually look at it. I wonder why it does that.
Just asking. I just noticed it was totally frozen, so I figured I would check.
I need a better pen. My pen is dying.
I need a better keybind for push to talk. Page down, and it doesn't work very well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Dad,
Yeah.
can I get on the
Sometimes it
Xbox?
seems to work okay. Every once in a while, you'll be talking. We'll be like, wait.
What was that?
Can I get on the Xbox?
Yeah, for a little bit until your mom gets back. No, that's not the reason. It's bound to my mouse key by my thumb, but if I'm on like the map or any other thing where I'm trying to scroll up or look at anything else, it just goes to the bottom or zooms out all the way. Or
Gotcha. Deaf children.
Sorry, I'm getting this fixed. I don't know why it does this where it freezes up. Actually, it's interesting. The whole OBS is doing it.
So how many sessions have we had so far?
49. Today is our 49th
Okay.
session.
I'm gonna have to start OBS over. I don't understand. It's all broken. What?
you guys
the
still
hell?
hear me?
What the
Testing.
hell?
1, 2. Anybody?
Me, no.
You guys not hear me?
I don't understand.
Oh, I need to reload it.
Something is totally messed up about my OBS. I don't understand.
Not sure.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Well, now I'm super frustrated. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on.
There's no problem.
OBS is just going haywire. It keeps freezing on one. The other one, it's like all the windows are broken. It's got pieces of the wrong things in places it shouldn't.
I found a better pen.
Dude, god damn it. Like, it literally worked 2 seconds ago. Like, what is this? What is this window that it's... That's supposed to be a Discord window. Oh, Okay. Well, that somehow fixed it. I don't know how. God damn it. Okay, sorry about that.
You guys
I
hear
don't
me?
know.
It's okay. It gave me time to go find a new pen.
Can you hear me? Anybody? Testing?
Since the children were not listening to my plea for help.
Yeah. Panic.
1, 2, testing, 1, 2. No.
Okay, so there it seems to be going. Not that anybody's going to actually follow this dumb channel, but
You don't know
did
that.
set up. I don't know
Never
that.
know.
I don't know that, and I did do this. So, it's bot, if you're watching, you can look at my little follow thing. See if it does it. See if it works.
Did you hit? Are you testing it right
Legit.
now? Did you go to?
I love it. All right. So, sorry, that was total interruption from our gameplay. So on the edge of the district, as you're headed back, you make a stop at the Apex Archive, a bookstore in Tetrad Hill that specializes in languages
Can you guys
and
hear me now?
histories of the area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to find a key. The pause break key does not work for a using as a voice auto voice bind whatever hotkey. And I see you have a Willow GIF that pops up. So well done.
It looks like OBS is stuck again. I don't understand what's wrong with it. I don't understand it.
What was the name of the bookstore? The Apex what?
Archive?
Apex
Thank you.
Archive. I have no idea why OBS is like going haywire.
Does it just freeze on you?
It's freezing, and then the stuff in the sources like becomes changing size. It has the wrong windows.
Weird. Yeah, you got me there. What music should we listen to in this session? What is a good fantasy
It's showing me that
music?
oh well that's hold on. All right. Well, I know part of the reason why. Why can't I see Discord as a choice in my drop downs?
Alright, we got some Wrath of the Lich King soundtrack going.
Nice.
It's like there's
Ooh, we lost Hans.
Restarting Discord because it wasn't on as stream.
Yeah, I think so.
just gonna put all your money in this bank account. And then we're gonna invest it. And it's gone.
It's gone.
All right, I think I figured out what was wrong. Sorry. Nope, it did it again. Why does it keep doing it? There's something wrong with Discord.
Well, like I said, when I came back to it, it was doing. Sounds like a similar thing on mine, but I just
Okay.
recreated it.
I totally know what it is now. I don't know why this is. If I minimize Discord, it can't see the window anymore, and it decides to use another window despite what the settings say.
So you have to leave
Or the
Discord open
executable
in
it
the
thinks
back.
is Chrome, so it's using some Chrome window and grabbing a bunch of stuff off it. So don't minimize it. Okay.
No minimize for you.
I'm just gonna try to test one more time just to test my theory. Well, now it's working, but whatever. It's what it was doing. It was like the little drop-down list for the window. Discord was not a choice. No, we're just gonna leave it up there, and then... I'm so sorry, guys. So at the Apex Archive, what are you looking? You're looking for...
Well, I want to ask them what language books they may have in stock. And then I also want to see if I can get a map of Terrafex and potentially sort of the area outside of Terrafex, if there is any maps of it.
Okay. You... they say, yes, we have a number of language books. I mean, are you looking for anything in particular? There's books on various human dialects, books on ancient languages, books on various, other race languages. They run you a little bit more generally.
Are these books complete?
And map. Oh yes, map of the city. Yes, we definitely. They can sell you a very large size scroll that's about a little bit bigger than a normal just sheet of paper that rolls up. That has a map of the city and the surrounding areas.
I'll take one of those.
That map.
I asked him how complete are his books on sort of the languages that they do hold here.
We have various levels. I mean, there's many books written in all languages, but in terms of instructional language books, they have a number of books of different levels. The language books are well, it depends on the kind you want. The map itself is 10 gold. It's actually kind of meant to be a little more decorative, or almost, but it's certainly detailed. What are you looking for books? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I asked him for Gnomish, Orcish, and Abyssal.
Okay.
Actually, make the last one not Abyssal, but Draconic. I just want to look at them and see what, I guess, sort of check them out, and then I'll decide.
Okay, he returns and with a stack of a number of books, like setting them down on the counter for you to look at. There is, for Orcish, there is sort of an entry-level book of Orcish. Actually, flipping through it, it's actually very large print. And almost looks like a child's book or something in a way. You know what I mean? Like, maybe not in this world, children would necessarily always read books, but I mean, it's sort of large, and it's like, very instructional. It wouldn't take you too long to get through it, but it's, it's like sword, then says the word or whatever.
Like basic.
Very
like real
basic.
basic.
And then there's
So Sesame Street of
another more advanced book for Orcish that's looks like little short stories, but you can't read it, so you're not exactly sure. And he says these two will get you, an introduction and enough to carry a conversation in Orcish. Gnomish, he has about 3 volumes. There's one very thick volume. He says, I would recommend this one. It has several sections of. It's very thick. It's like smaller, but it's like extremely thick, and it just starts with words and vocabulary and explains them, and then gets progressively into longer writings. For Draconic, he only has one book. But it is written more of a scholarly type perspective. It starts with an outline of the alphabet and talks about it, and there's a lot of common in there talking about sort of, things about how they think, the language is influenced as a written language, or how often is even seen as a written language. Sort of historical facts, but then also does have enough instruction to learn the basics.
Alright, I'm gonna ask him for how much are each, like the full sets for each of the Gnomish and the Orcish.
So for the big thick book in Gnomish, he says this one is 30 gold. For the Orc books, you can have both of them for 25 gold.
How much for the Gnomish one?
30.
You said,
30 gold.
Okay.
30 gold pieces.
30 gold. Alright, I push back the Draconic.
Okay.
And I say I'll take these and the map.
Excellent. That's a total of 55 globes.
55
If I did my math correctly. 65? 65. 65 globes, right?
But
10
25
and
plus
25
30?
and 30.
25,
Oh.
30,
The
and then
map is
10.
10.
30 is 55 plus 10 is 65.
Yeah.
So, 65 globes. I stuff them into my pack.
Okay.
How big is the map? What are you saying? Like holding
It's
wise, if I was to hold
so
it?
yeah. I guess you can't see my hands because my camera's off. So it's like you can't see how wide I'm holding them. It's a good like couple feet wide almost, maybe between a foot and a half and 2 feet wide, and unrolls to be a large square. I mean, it looks of the kind of size and decorative nature that it maybe would be meant to maybe be hung. It's not just like a pencil sketch or a tactical map. It's a little more decorative, but it gives you a detailed understanding of the city.
Okay.
It looks similar to this, what you see on your map.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. True.
It's got some more detail, but it's got the different districts outlined and so forth.
Alright.
Was the rest of the group going out and doing anything? I can't recall where exactly we left off for that.
They were still in. We had just left the Nine Pines to go to the library, and then people didn't really say they were going to do anything like when we left. So.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't. They were playing, I think, to
They're,
bide their time until we went to see
since it was still pretty early in the day, was the
Nick's best friend.
I was thinking they stepped out because they left shark bait because they were leaving.
no, that was before that.
Yeah.
We left, and we had left shark bait with Fen inside the place. Because then
And
remember
Ramona.
Ramona went with us
Right.
at first, and then we came back.
but then she went with Sharkbait and said they would take care of getting some food stocks from
Correct.
the inn.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember
But
where
I'm saying
Zig was
for
going at that
the
time.
main party, I don't remember them saying anything.
Yeah. Well, by the time you return, unless there's something else you wanted to do.
Well, for us, I would
they-
say we're heading back after we pick up the
Yeah.
books and stuff.
Okay. Returning back, the rest of the group's there. Ramona, Sharkbait and Ramona are still out. It hasn't been too long.
So still mid-morning. Like,
Was it morning? I think it was evening.
Yeah.
I think it was getting toward evening, wasn't it?
No, it was early. That's why
Okay.
we just started to go to the bookstore and do things like that because
Been
it
a
was
week.
just
I
like,
don't remember.
yeah,
Okay.
no, because we originally were like, do we go now? But then it was like he said come later, and it was like super early to like go visit
Gotcha.
the other dude.
Okay. Well, later in the afternoon, Ramona and Sharkbait return. They've actually got Pleasant and Scurvy in tow. They recruited some help from the ship, and Pleasant, arms wide, carrying some large sacks and crates, and they are bringing in a load of food and some other stuff, and they are looking to stock the kitchen. They've got quite a bit of stuff. And so they just take it back there, and Ramona says, and Pleasant, carrying a huge load, head sticks around the side, this is quite the place. Get it in the kitchen, and but they start loading the stuff they brought back into there. I got Scurvy to help. He knows what we need more for stocking, and then he goes back. Gonna take a look at what we've got to work with back there. Heads into the back too.
all the food will be dull. That's okay. We'll put Donatar on and maybe it'll decent.
What's the problem? Is Scurvy gonna make the food dull? Is that what you said?
The specialty of the Nine Pines,
Tavern kitchen.
gruel. It's sure to bring the people from all across the
I
city.
don't know why Scurvy's here. I didn't tell him to get off the ship.
You said they were free to leave, and Ramona and Sharkbait grabbed him and Pleasant as a little to help them identify what they need to stock the kitchen and to carry things basically for Pleasant. So they're pitching in and helping get set up.
Okay. Well, he's not the chef
tell me.
here.
So gonna lounge around for the afternoon. Nothing planned.
We're waiting for what's these people, right?
Well, we have
And then to go to the
people coming, and then going to the other place, as well as if we want to do the Ramona situation
Yeah.
tonight.
We need to do that.
I have plopped my tush on the counter. We also have all the stuff in the hold that needs to be sold eventually.
Yes.
So that will take us quite a while. Yes, no, I think we should definitely make a visit to the Blue Willow this evening after visiting
All the visits
Zig's new best friend.
and having his other best friends show up here potentially.
Right.
Yeah, that's
He wants to
castle. We
go
don't know when they'll show up.
buy Zig a drink. I forgot about that.
It's not my fault that I'm friendly and gregarious and make friends with all these people, and you people are all curmudgeons walking around town visiting freaks in their dark holes.
I have the map of Fairfax on the table. I'm like memorizing it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm looking over my shoulder at it if he's next to me with it. If he's got it on the table, I scooch over closer to look at it.
Yeah, it gets you a good.
I pick up Evan's little kid orc book and I say, "What the fuck is this?"
It's in my backpack.
Oh, okay.
Are you noticing my backpack again?
Yes, I'm rifling through your stuff.
It's just while it's on your back.
Don't mind me.
Did we get Ramona?
No, it's fine. I'm like, look, I have to figure out a way to talk to you where you'll understand.
Ramona, did we get firewood?
I don't think that will ever
batch
happen.
of, services? Good, like
But at least I'm trying.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Ramona, did we get any firewood in that stack of foodstuffs?
Yeah, there's a load. Yeah, there's also people have brought back a load. There's
All these loads.
large bunch of firewood stacked up.
Mona's good at carrying loads, is that what I heard?
Wow.
I thought that was her sister.
Wow.
Yeah, it's right now. It's just stacked up, sort of next to the large hearth.
Sister
there's,
just
you
takes
know,
them. I don't think
Probably
she
need a
carries them
larger
anyway.
store of it somewhere. Do you want to? I'll rather than just role play a million conversations. Do you want to give them like a stipend of some of the money to spend to get the food and firewood and just whatever else they need to spend sort of getting it set up?
We need
Without big
alcohol.
expenditures like the beds for the inn. Yeah, they're gonna need to. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if you want to entrust the crew members with just some sort of stipend, give them an amount, they'll see what they can do with it,
I
or
trust Ramona.
you want to role play out locating that stuff.
Not
I'm
really.
okay giving it to them.
Ramona to be in
Sort of
charge of
thing.
As
that.
much as I like making up the 100,000 NPCs in
I'm
the city,
I'm okay
I
with
could probably cut through some of them.
charging the crew with selling everything on the ship and buying everything for the inn and not having to do any of that shopping crap during the actual game.
Okay.
We'll settle.
I'll take care. Shark Bay volunteers to take care of selling all the loot.
No, not Sharkbait. Grumpy. What's his name? What's his actual name?
Who are you going to
Like,
trust to know a better deal? Come on, are you serious right now? After what
Yeah,
we've
deal
been
to your
through?
pockets.
Yes,
After what we've been through together?
exactly. Which is why Ramona's in
Well, it's
charge
just a
of the purse.
275 gold piece fee of mine that's already owed to me off the
Yeah.
top, and then
Well, that's okay because you've already got 75 gold in your pocket now, right?
I'm gonna write I know
I don't know what
you
you're talking
in
about.
Thieves' Cant
Kind
on
of flashes a look at Zig.
I like
Kind of with a
shark
little,
bait.
like a,
I'm gonna write I know you in Thieves' Cant on the bar, and I'm just gonna slam my hand on the bar and then point at it.
okay.
I know a
No,
chest
but I
that shark
think we
bait
should-
can fit in if he tries to screw us over too. So
Yeah, I mean,
let's
whatever.
go.
You can think about that for all that stuff if you want to try to just see what price somebody could get, or if you want to.
Gloomy to sell and Ramona to buy.
I mean, as enthralling as it sounds, I think 3 hours of the 4 hours that we play
I
would be
agree.
taken up with selling that stuff to some vendor or looking.
why don't you just
No,
pick
I don't
numbers
like
and
that
then
price.
pick
Let's
who
go
you
to
wanna
another
do,
guy and
or- yeah.
we'll go ahead and roll again, Hans, and let's see what this roll is. Oh no, that's not good. Let's go find another guy.
If you want to just, do you want to take care of trying to sell some of the stuff from the hold today? I mean, we could just say you guys can do some of that today. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Alright.
We'll
and
use
it
we'll
sounds
use
like
the
you're
money
more of the
from that.
mindset of, well, not just taking the first any a stupid
Yeah.
price.
Basically, haggle.
But if somebody
Try to
makes
be
you a
very
decent offer, you're
legit.
not going to haggle and spend, days trying to get the best price. Is that a fair estimate of the vibe I'm getting?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want
Using-
the list of that I have, Hanston?
Yeah. So do you have
Using the stuff in the hold to basically
yeah.
equip this
Well, yeah,
in
let's go.
is the
We'll
plan.
just go briefly through the list, and I'll tell you how much you can get from it. I have to go through all the things. So if you got it, tell me what you got here.
Gold ring with purple stone, 250 gold you had on it.
Yeah, you can get the price that I gave you on all that stuff. We'll just say it's that. That's what you get.
So anything you didn't get prices on.
The silver pitcher, 25 gold.
Sure. I mean, there's a few things I might not have given you a price on. That's the only thing Was there anything that
Yeah.
you didn't get a price for?
Bucket full of refined iron that we got from the ogres.
You can maybe bring that to the
bucket of
blacksmith
iron.
workers lady.
Remember the bucket of iron that he threw at us? And then
you
we
get
activated it.
you get 10 gold for that.
Okay.
I wish that's worth it. I'm not gonna go look it up. Yeah, I'm gonna assume you
Art-
spend the day going to various shops. You know where the half orc woman with the tattoos was. You get 10 gold for that from her.
Why don't we take
I
care
just
of
have
money
12
at the end of
gems.
the
Do
take
you
care of the money at the end of the night when Zig is sleepy and we're still here. When he's like, I'm
you have a
done."
bunch of platinum pieces too. Those are worth 10 gold pieces a piece. Forget that.
Where is that? I don't have that.
Have what?
The platinum
The
pieces?
platinum pieces. You should. There was a number of them in different places.
They were divvied up amongst us, I think. At the
Yeah.
end of a
The
bunch.
plat-
Like
Oh,
I have,
okay, so you
I
got
have
each have platinum,
25.
okay.
Yeah, I have 25 platinum pieces on
I
me.
have
So
20 after buying stuff.
Yeah, that's good because they're
Yes,
they're
okay.
lightweight. You could carry quite a bit of money, so you got.
I've got some platinum, yeah.
Yeah.
Was there? I think the only things that probably I didn't give you prices for was.
I sell the buckle as well. I keep the dice, brother. Just FYI.
Okay.
I
The
don't
buckle
there
is only like
was-
25 or
know it's
something like
around.
that.
The buckle is 100.
There was some stuff
Was
from
it?
the ogre.
Okay, well,
from
either way, I sell it.
there's like
Swoosh
furs
Fist
and
Dig. Yeah, there was some exotic feathers in a bundle. There was
The pelts that we
The
have,
the artwork, the
the
belt.
artwork, the 4 Kalyaran vases that we have, exotic feathers, the sword hilt that has the
I think that was like
inlaid stuff
that was from like that's a long time
forever ago. Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
that was just like
that was
10
it.
gold. It just had like a small gem like set in the handle.
That's
Call
from-
that 10 gold.
that was from the muck, wasn't
But
it?
yeah, the thing that I don't have is another box
Yeah,
of
well-
mithril.
Yeah, so go
12
back,
mithril
start with the-
bars.
Art objects. You have
Didn't Zig
what
use the
4
myth-
statues of some kind?
The 4 Kalyaran vases.
I didn't use the mithril. No.
Okay.
For the Kalyaran vases, you get 25
that's
gold a piece.
Mithril's more for like chainmail or something like that. It's not really for.
Yeah, it's for lighter.
For
To make
Give it
things
the
lighter.
guys in order for them to help you make your armor faster.
For the exotic feathers, you get 50 gold. For the pelts, how many? Do you remember how many pelts there were? Did I say?
You just said a box.
It was a box full of
Yeah.
Let's say
so-
for all the panther and leopard or jaguar pelts, you get 500 gold. Was there anything else that didn't have a price on it?
We have the large reptilian scale, but I don't know if we want to sell that.
We also also have the magic item stuff.
I don't know. That's not. I mean, you might find a buyer for that. That'd be kind of a curiosity. You might take
Yeah.
it to a special shop
Yeah.
and
Take it back to
The fine
Might just
dwarven
keep it as a
artwork. Did we have a price for that?
find dwarven artwork.
That's what I
Where'd
have
that come
underneath
from?
here. I don't remember, but that's what it has. I have them underneath the thing.
was it two separate? The artwork came from Smush Face's place.
The dwarven stuff might have come on the ship. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't remember.
That's the only other.
Dwarven artwork.
Figure it out
We'll
later.
just call it 25 gold. I don't know what it is. I'd have to remember where it is. I don't remember that it being
Bunch
anything
of visages of
significant.
bearded women.
Zig
Otherwise,
wants to
that's
keep
it.
one for his, desk.
So okay. Okay. So you spend the day selling. Did you want to give a stipend then to the crew to spend to outfit and stock the inn? Some of that money.
The money from the furs is all going to the inn. So
500 gold.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So they take care of selling that stuff. We'll say just for flavor, you gave that to some of the crew members of Pleasant and Ramona to go handle selling, and they come back with 500 gold for it. You told them whatever they could get for it, they could use to buy stuff for the place. So I'll just start as I have them bring things into the inn. I'll just sort of start taking out
Yeah,
500
I tell
gold will
them
go a
that-
long ways. They plan
I
on
tell them
getting all the
to talk to
food,
them.
alcohol, things like that. Probably not like probably not in-room furnishings. Might be something.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
settle
that'd
be a
on
little
the
more for-
tavern stuff first, and then we'll worry about the inn.
Ramona does bring back one of the jaguar pelts. She held back. She's I was able to haggle him out of this. I think we should hang this up around here somewhere. Just because it reminds me of Pazamake Village.
I'm okay with this.
Or maybe one of the
Like
inn
that.
rooms. So they'll start doing that through the next couple days.
Is it rug-like? Should we just put it in front of the hearth?
It's really not that big.
Okay. We'll hang it up over the hearth then.
One last question, as they shop for things. Shark or Pleasant just started asking people like, so what's the name of this place? And he's sort of standing under the old sign that's sort of above the bar that says 9 Pines. It's sort of wood carving, but giving you the opportunity, do you want it to open if you're going to open it for business and known as that, or do you want it known as something else?
It's called the Fat Dumb Sailor.
As
Doesn't
part
quite roll
owner,
off the
I veto
tongue.
that.
Yeah, that
I'll
doesn't
veto
work, Zig. No, if we're gonna change it to something, we should change it to Jag.
Change it to what?
Something to do with jaguars.
Why?
Otherwise, I'm fine keeping the name.
Because we live in Jacksonville, that's why. No, I don't know.
Because the jaguars are the Pazamaki's special animal.
Well, I'll let you think about it. I just was curious if anybody had been thinking about that or anything. So that
Yeah.
took up most of your day, and
I write down the tipsy
Evening
barrel.
is sort of-
like, there we go.
the tipsy barrel. The barrel mimic.
The sign has a tongue on it.
The mimic spout.
You.
The mimic's spout. Ooh. It's actually not that bad.
That's not a bad one.
Shape the sign.
That
to look
evening
like
is
a
rolling
chest.
around, and
Shape the sign to look like a thing, but with a tongue. Be like, Zig, look. Touch it.
I can get a picture of that.
the door. You get the door like work to have like eyes on it, and then the handle's like a tongue pull.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You.
screwed people out.
I like it. I like it. It's a pull on the middle of the
You
door.
could go for that.
Definitely don't hate it.
Well, if we're headed on towards evening, should we go see what Zig's bear buddy wants?
Bear fucker.
Yeah.
What's his name? Bear fucker. McBear fucker.
His name was Harrison Blacksteed.
Harrison, yeah.
Harrison Bear fucker.
So you're gonna look for the wild kraken.
That's right, the wild kraken. Sure, we'll go wander around and look for the wild kraken.
Maybe Mimic's tankard. Mimic's. I don't know.
It's a work in progress. We don't need it right now. But if we
Yeah.
are gonna do the door thing, we will need to get that custom made. You need a tongue like knocker.
You have to clear.
Well, no,
with the
just an
mimic
additional
skill.
add-on.
Oh.
When you're actually talking to.
Alright,
like,
so we're wandering around looking. What's the
yep.
name of that place again?
The wild kraken.
That's right.
So yeah, it's in Barrel's End. He kind of said generally where it was, and it's sort of on the north end of that's can't read my own writing, Harper Avenue. Up toward the more northern districts. It's like up here.
Up where? I still see the bar.
Oh, we're on the bar? Oh. Did not realize that.
Yeah.
Sort of up there. The
Even
north end
arrows.
of
You can go kill some people
Oh, I'm
while
sorry.
we're
No,
at it.
I clicked on the. I'm sorry. I clicked because I moved screens. It's over here. Wrong block. Yeah, between the Narrows and Barrel End up toward there. In the evening, the streets are still fairly a fair amount of people out. This is a well-traveled thoroughfares in here, and you make your way up there, and it's just after twilight, and you approach a large lantern light streaming out from a sort of loud establishment that you can hear music coming out of, and a huge carved octopus tentacled beaked front carved in the wood that says Wild Kraken Ale House over the door. It's a large double doors, just wide open. You can see lots of people inside. There's a lower area and then sort of some wood steps that kind of come up with a railed area and more areas. Down in the downstairs are sort of a large bar and a central fire pit. If you ever seen a place that has a big like a hearth in the center with a hood above it, and then there's people sitting around that and a bar around that, and then there is around the edges there's all kinds of tables. This looks to be like a restaurant, and as well there's lots of people there coming in and out. It looks like a very decent level of clientele. This isn't your general peasants right off the street. They're not well-to-do or nobles or anything, but they're merchants and traders and working class people. But it's it's a little more
Interesting.
a little more.
My stream is doing that freezing thing now too. Still running fine. It's just Discord freezes.
I sneezed so hard it hurt.
So you kind of step in the front door, and there's step inside.
I'm keeping an eye out for just any of the people we've seen, including Harrison.
Okay.
I can make my way up to the bar to get a drink.
Is there
Okay,
like
you
a
wander-
table to maybe hold all of us? That
Yeah,
looks like a
there are
table?
a number. Yep, there's a few open tables. Most of them are filled, but there's a few open tables on sort of the upper area that's railed and kind of looks down over the main bar area. It's a few steps up and then over, whereas like the bar kind of steps down a little bit into like a central area. But you could walk up there and grab a table.
You guys want a table, or should we just wait at the bar for this guy?
I'm going
Were we in it?
Yeah, we went in, or are going in.
Are
I'm
we
cool
in
with
it,
table.
or are we going in?
Yeah,
We're in it.
No, we just
We're
walked out
going
the door.
in, and Mel just went towards the
Where
bar.
is Harris the bear fucker? He owes me a drink.
There's sort of a lull in the music and conversation as people look around as you're coming in. And then people sort of look and are looking a little confused, and then sort of like the music picks up and kind of goes back. A barmaid sort of, comes up to you as you're, standing sort of in the entry area. Oh, you're looking for Master Blacksteed? Yeah, he said to expect you, and she kind of looks you up and down in your armor, very distinctive. Would you like a table?
Definitely.
She wasn't talking to you.
You're not the only one who gets to talk around here.
Actually, never mind. I like how actually you know where he is on the screen because you just look instinctively to the right and look like you're looking at him on the. Sorry, on the stream.
It's like the fucking Brady Bunch.
Come on over this way. And she takes you around where you saw one of the open tables, and it's like sort of they're a little more private. They have sort of high backs, behind them. They're almost like booths with like a large table set into it. There's a little more private, large wood table in there and benches to sit on. And Zig kind of it's hard to get a good sitting position in full plate mail, but he sort of gets hunched over, then wedges in there.
Tin Man needs some oil.
This place sucks.
We've got plenty of food, ale, whatever you like. We've got
Ale.
ale, any
Ale.
food.
Definitely.
There's-
I'll have food.
Ale.
And both.
Ale. Why are you still here and talking? Ale.
This
Ale.
she leaves.
Ale.
You can ignore him.
She's walking away. She returns. It takes her a little while. The place is kind of busy, and you're just starting to wonder, where she was with your ales. When she returns with the tall, dark-haired gentleman, Harrison Blacksteed, walking behind her. Big bundle of, mugs of ale. Now, here you go. This is the seasonal best. Here you go, Mr. Blacksteed. Yeah. And she kind of scutters away, and he kind of
Before we get anything-
pulls a chair up from a nearby table.
Is this your
Not even
shit
asking
show,
the people there.
Blacksteed? It took like way too long to get ale. Way too long.
It's very tough being successful.
Jesus Christ.
I'll have to stop by the Nine Pines and see how long it takes to get an ale there. Grabs a chair from like a nearby table where there's people sitting. Doesn't even ask, but nobody was sitting in it, but still just kind of grabs it and sits down at the end of your table. So, glad you could come.
Well, I had a lot on my
Show you
plate,
how,
but you know,
Show you how a real place is run.
I gotta go
This is
kill a
one of
bunch
my-
of stilettos and You know, I got things to do, but I'll make time for ale.
Kind of raises an eyebrow when you say that. That trouble with the locals already. Yep, it's one of the hazards of being a businessman around here. There's guilds for this and guilds for that, and thieves of this and gangs over there, and everybody wants a piece of coin.
Well, they can have it as I attach it to the end of my hammer. So what's your story, bearfucker?
Well, I won't waste your time. I can see that you're not here for necessarily pleasant conversation, but I spent many a days wandering the lands myself, traveling with my own band of adventurers.
Misfits?
Yeah, I've seen them behind you. They don't really look adventure.
Not those two. No. No, more of my friends have wandered off, settled down, done whatever. I've done well for myself in the city, but don't say I don't miss it now and again.
Why don't you go out there and do it again?
It's a good question, actually. I don't know. I guess living in the city and earning coin this way makes you
You've lost
a
your
little
edge.
bit lazy.
You're soft.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. But it tends to, yes, but take the edge off a little bit.
Well, that's all right. Not everyone, is cut out for it. You can be as soft as you want living in your little bar here.
How much is the 9 pines worth to you?
It's not for sale.
Not for sale. Everything is.
We really have no need to sell it. We have a place in this city now, so the next time we come back, we can go to it. It has more worth to us as a port of harbor here in Terrifax than it does as a monetary piece of coin in our hold.
I see. So if I said 2,000 gold pieces, it wouldn't tempt you?
Not at all.
We've got
Steadies.
We've got spyglasses worth that much.
God damn it.
We still don't know that.
I've yet to rectify.
You don't even need to sell it. It's not even. We have more shit.
All right. I figured I would make an attempt. Perhaps if the guilds and the local gangs and the lure of the adventurous life cause you to not be interested, you'll considering discussing it with me first. It's a very good location.
I don't know, the other guy has a hot girl with him, so that probably gives him a one-up on you.
He would never see it run to its full potential. Look around, and it is pretty impressive. The amount of people coming in and out of here. A couple of you are thinking how much you're kind of doing a little addition in your head, and there's a lot of coin flowing in here. So he obviously knows how to run a pretty good establishment. And by the way, your ales are probably it's definitely the best ale you've had in years. Maybe some of you're close to ever because you're used to drinking just regular stuff. Some of you have probably drank and fine drink from around the land, but this is a very good and very strong ale. Well, perhaps something else then, and he kind of puts his shoulders on the table.
Puts his shoulders on the table, Jesus.
Elbows.
Well, he's sort of sitting. He's sitting on the shoulders, elbows on the table.
He lays his head on the table.
Really good ale. Sorry. Sorry. Puts his elbows on the table. God damn it.
Guy looks like this. So let me have a conversation with you.
Back in my day, I ran with
You see, here's the thing.
a whole bunch, whole sorted group of individuals. We traveled all the way from Shaoquan to Simrek,
Shaka Khan.
fighting all manner of of beasts. But one of our earliest adventures there was a place. It's not far from here, perhaps only a day's ride. He kind of like lowers his voice a little bit, even though you're in a sort of a private booth. We cleared out the top level of this ancient tomb. It was riddled with traps. There were bandits living in there, ambushed us, used positions within the dungeon to slay one of our members. But there was good loot in there. It was a lot of gold, ancient gold, and artifacts of magic. It was called the Catacombs of the Conquered. Some ancient war generals or something from the lands ages past, before the Doom War or something, who knows. But they buried them with all kinds of riches and artifacts. We looted we looted everything we could find clean out of there. So I'm not trying to lure you with, that there is easy money here, but there was a lower area. It was a huge shaft, and our burglar, he was a halfling. His name was Kelkal. He took a nasty spill over this ledge down a huge shaft. We were never able to recover his body, and don't know what lies down there. It could be more treasure. It could be nothing. What I'm asking of you is, I want you to retrieve poor Kelkal's remains. Whatever is still left down there of him.
You are soft.
Give him a proper burial. He was an old friend. If you bring me his remains, I will pay you a handsome sum.
Do it for 2,000 gold.
I was thinking more along the lines of 750 gold.
Man, this guy's not worth
Big
much.
difference.
Oh, I suppose he can keep rotting down
Well,
there.
he is dead.
Well, whose fault is that? I see you're still breathing.
Yeah. The choices we have to make. 1,000 gold then. I'll give you the location. You bring back his remains. I'll give you 500 up front, 500 when it's done.
How long ago was this?
Anything you can find. It was perhaps 10 years ago.
Sure. Give us the location. We'll get to it eventually.
Well, if I'm going to be giving you something up front, then it'll have to be sooner than that.
Are you giving us up front?
Five.
Oh, you're giving
They're
us
gonna get
1,000 gold?
500.
Oh, 500. Oh, I wasn't paying
Basically.
attention. I'm drinking.
If,
I don't care.
if you want to take your time about it, then if you bring me his remains, I'll give you the 1,000 gold. I'll give you the location now. I'm not going back there.
What's your time frame on wanting it back? if we decide to do
mean-
it soon.
The sooner the better for me, of course. But there's not a immense rush.
Can I insight check him to see if he's full of shit?
Sure.
First roll. Let's
I'm about to lean forward into the camera.
14.
He does not seem full of shit. He seems pretty genuine. He's got a sort of
Awesome.
tough demeanor, and hasn't shown much emotion either way. It was hard to read if, the emotion he claimed to have for his old friend was true. It was said kind of a little bit deadpan. So you sense he might be holding something back, but he doesn't seem to be outright lying or trying to trick you.
Okay.
Does anybody remember how much we paid for the month of having the ship here in the port?
30 gold, 50 gold.
I thought it was like 100 gold.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah,
100 as
that's
well.
what I thought. So we would have to take that into account too then. If we leave, let's say we leave within the next few days to do this, we're out
Well-
100 gold. We'll have to pay another 100. They've said to us as soon as we
Is
leave.
it by ship or is it off land?
He
'Cause
said
I
it's
gotta pay for it.
yeah, I don't know.
No, it's. So we have a deal then.
It's by ship or by land?
You wouldn't reach it by ship.
Okay. Just double checking that part.
I say we come back in a couple days and then do it. Get the money and go. We have other things to do here first.
All
We
right.
could probably have this done within the next, what, 2 weeks? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
You said it's 1 day travel.
All right then.
On foot.
Next few weeks.
We can do it tomorrow. We have something else to take care of tonight.
He produces from inside his jacket a piece of parchment that has a sort of scrawled map. It looks kind of worn with age. It's not a professional map. It's not even as good as what you've seen Reginald make, sort of sketching, and everything. But it's a functional map of the area. Kind of laying it, Eben, across what you've looked at from the regional maps. Yeah, it looks just to the northeast, out the east of the city, up the river a ways, and then east out into some hills. There's a few landmarks marked on there. It's sparse, but should be enough to follow.
Anything along the way we should watch out for?
Not in these lands. It's all safe.
Hey Logan,
Patrolled by the
go brush your teeth, bud, or have a
armies of the
snack.
city and
Call Parker up, tell him to turn everything
from
off.
behind. The hilly area of the region is said to be riddled with old catacombs, most of them plundered. It's where they buried a number of dead from the ancient wars. You see there, and he kind of points his finger, wraps his finger down on the map. There is a single stone spire here that stands next to an old tree with a forked top.
Alright,
From there, follow
Keith.
the paces it says on the map and come to it.
everything turned off
The
down there?
door
Get it turned off.
is probably still fairly concealed. I have no idea what may be in the top after all this time. As I said, we looted most of the tombs on the top floor and it was riddled with traps. Who knows what could be dwelling in it now. But
Alright, well,
You're not afraid of adventure now, are you? And he definitely gives Zig a look as he says that.
500 gold now. 500 gold when we bring it back.
In 2 weeks' time.
500 gold now. We'll have it back within 2 weeks.
I'll bring it for you. I'll have them bring a meal while I get the coin together.
Excellent.
He kind of stops. He kind of gets up and starts to leave the table. And he kind of stops for a minute. And he's, I almost wish I was going with. And then he
Yeah,
leaves.
we don't have a whole lot of use
you
for a
spend,
bear fucker.
You know, some time at the Wild Kraken.
you, Mike.
You wait for a little while. They bring food. They bring very good food actually. There's some venison meat. There's breads and good dinner fare. Some roasted vegetables of different kinds. There's also some wild, delicious, more northern fish like salmon and stuff as well. So you have a nice, really great meal. Couple more ales, and you are brought a large leather satchel folded over. When he sets it down on the table, ching, ching, ching. And looking inside, there is stacks of coins. 2 weeks' time.
Eldak. I pushed the sack over to Eldak.
I'll grab it.
I assume you realize this means if I don't see this in 2 weeks, I'll be looking to collect out of that. Well, if you don't return, maybe I'll have a good claim on the inn.
No,
Then he leaves
I
you.
don't think so.
So you finish a nice large meal, had a couple ales. Go ahead.
I had a thought. Instead of us being paid for this, why don't we do this for a favor? We do him this
That's a
favor. We have him as a backup card whenever we might need him. Who knows? He seems to have some sort of influence in this area anyways. It's probably good to have him partially on our side anyways. If we do plan to be here and...
Just a favor or 500 gold in a favor?
just a favor. 500 gold is nothing, and then I put the bag in the middle of the table.
It's true enough. We have plenty of gold. But
Just a
Look,
thought.
I'm looking at Zig. I'm like, and you?
Never have plenty of gold.
We can't hear you if you're...
he has to get his push to talk set right, I guess. Again.
No, I'm trying to install a bot in
That's
Discord.
why Zig was so quiet.
You guys not hear me?
Yeah, I don't
Still?
hear him.
Talking right over him. No, can't hear you, dear.
Second.
Well,
Is Zig's mic not working?
yeah, we're waiting on him
How about
to figure
now?
out his push to talk.
Yeah, I see his thing like
Gotcha.
popping like if he's talking, but I don't hear anything.
I see his mouth
Okay.
moving. I don't hear.
Yeah, I was
Oh, there we go.
muted.
Pushing your old one.
No, I had muted it on my to yell at the kids, and I forgot to unmute.
Been there, done that.
So,
You can never have enough gold. What kind of sexual
If we
favors do you want from this
for
guy?
him, if we do this for him, he'll owe us a favor anyway. In and about, even if he's paying us for it.
Not necessarily.
Well, he's looking for gnome remains. I mean, we could just go kill shark bait, and then I wouldn't owe him 270 gold.
It was 10 years ago, so you'd have to strip his skull down and weather it quite a bit before you did that.
I could do that. I don't care. If you guys want to hold him, I don't care. I'm drinking. Whatever. Take another drink.
It's just a thought. It's up to you guys.
I'm fine with it, but we will have to give him his gold, get his attention, and give him his gold back.
I'm fine with that.
I throw my mug at the back of his head. Bear fucker, here's your gold back.
You want to offer to do it as a favor?
Yeah.
So when he comes to the table and drops it down, and you sort of peek at it, you say, "What do you say to him?"
Keep your money. We'll do you this favor. But just know that we need a favor back at some point.
He kind of smiles very wide at that. That after thinking for a second, kind of looking you guys over, trying to decide if there's an angle he's missed, but then smiles broadly. Can't be. Never bad to have friends in the city.
That's
All right,
for sure.
then. Well, I hope you enjoyed the meal and ale. It's on the house, of course. See you when you complete,
It was great.
when you return from the catacombs. And he takes the sack with the gold back.
I still can't get over the fact that I feel like we're getting the raw end of.
I mean, probably, but
We'll find out once we find out what's in the catacombs.
This is
The real,
and if we
I
haven't taken
whispered
the
to
money, then
them.
technically we don't have
I
to give it
whispered
back.
to them, my real worry is why he didn't go after his friend.
My thoughts too.
Because he's a fucking pussy. And I need more ale. And I'm going to go to the bar and I'm going to get more ale. And I'm going to drink it in the bar.
You do
Okay.
that, Zig. Don't start
Power
any
to
fights
you.
And-
outdoors, please.
And if they happen to have enough room for a fight, I might get into a fight. I don't
It
know.
doesn't seem like the kind of place where many bar fights break out, but
That doesn't mean that there can't be a bar fight.
Tiger uppercut. It's like, oh man.
so.
And Zig gets up and wanders to
what
the
are
bar.
rest of you gonna do? You gonna continue to hang out in the tavern, the rest of you? or-
About what time is it now?
It's an hour and a half into the evening.
So
We may want
Yeah,
to
it's-
reel him
It was
in.
just getting dark as
We're
you
planning to
came
go
in,
to the
so-
brothel. Just
yeah.
saying.
As Zig
We
had
don't
walked
need
away,
a non-invisible version of him running through this place.
Fair enough. In Zig's head, I holler loudly enough for him to hear. We're going to the brothel later. Don't get
You look like a pretty fancy woman. Why don't we go upstairs and make mess of your undercarriage?
Wrong place. Wrong place. All right, let's go collect.
I'm
Zig
saying this
before he
to
causes-
To a lady
Serious
who's standing
issues.
right next to a guy who's obviously with a guy.
Let's go collect Zig before
They
he
sort
causes
of,
more havoc
move
here.
away, and even the woman looks afraid of this giant man in hulking
Armored.
skull armor.
It's open.
Yeah,
Alright,
I
guys,
think
go
this
help.
is
Does
Swayze
not make
to
it
be
that-
at
that almost-
disadvantage.
It's hard to
Boys,
tell
go
if
help
it's
now.
Less intimidating or more intimidating when the brim is up and there is a
Now!
tough half-orc
I
mug
have
behind it.
this thought in my head of what Zig looks like right now. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Doo-doo-doo.
Logan.
Our kids are being really quiet. That's because
That means it's a problem.
Odyssey, though.
No. He got his Mario Odyssey.
Oh,
He's totally stoked and gaming frantically. So she's probably asleep by now or watching.
Yeah, you go ahead and run away with your little
Zig
man.
on the left.
Oh my god.
All right. So,
Yeah, no, we need to take care of him now. Let's get him out of here, please, boy. Either
Okay.
of you want to try
So,
manhandling him out?
Yeah, I got him with my 0 strength. Let's go. Average strength, boys. Let's go.
I can always hold person on him and we can drag his head out.
Once again, average strength. Let's go.
so
Alright.
I'm gonna leave the Wild Kraken Ale House.
Yeah. Go to
Yes,
go to
dragging
back to
Zig
the
out
9
with us.
summons.
I'm not going anywhere until I have another drink.
Come on, honey, take your drink with you. Time to go. Leave these
Yeah.
poor people alone.
You newlyweds need to get to know each other better anyway. Come on.
God.
This is the best drink that I've had in a long time. Since the last time I was in Turfs. And I'm not leaving because I've been drinking a bunch of fruit punch for the last year. And I don't want any more fruit punch.
Take
I
it
want the
with
ale.
you. Come on, honey,
Well-
take it with you. It's time to go. You promised we'd go visit that awesome place later.
What? Who are you?
Actively
Who are you and where did you come from? Eldak, I think somebody's mind controlling Mellifon because she's really funny.
I wouldn't know. This seems normal to me.
I
So are you gonna
smack my
stay-
tankard down onto the bar and I go, I need a refill.
No
Okay.
refills. I'm giving the bartender the no. I don't think so. No more refills. Time to go. I'm cutting you off for now.
I need a refill.
There's another mug on the thing.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
This bar
She's
was
coming over with the
in a
mug
bag.
when convinced
Like,
by
I-
Melusine to turn. Well, he's being quite loud.
We need to get him out of here then before your whole establishment decides to
Here,
fight.
tell you what.
No more.
Why don't you take this on the house and take it with you?
I think that sounds like a grand idea. And I take the mug with me. Come on. This is yours when we get outside. And then you can yell at me all you want later.
Hey, you got one for her. Where's mine?
No, this is yours.
No, that's
This is
yours.
yours.
You're holding it. I don't have it in my hand. It's not mine.
It's not coming into your
God
hands until you're out the
I'm
door.
slowly crafting a pole with a rope and a thing of beer in the front of it, and I'm attaching it to the back of Greg, and he's just, I gotta get it. It's so close.
Damn. Where are these rolls? I'm slowly working my
Holy
way
shit, plus 10
around
for me.
to the end of the bar, going around behind it myself.
Okay. Here, just okay. Take another one, but just have a good night, sir. So now you each have a mug of ale.
It's still yours if we go outside. Let's go.
No, what makes this better is if I had one in both hands.
Well, then you can have this one when you're out the door.
But I'm not out the door. I'm in here, and it would be better if I had one in both hands and the one out the door.
I cast silence. I cast silence around us.
Now there's just a large portion of the room that has gone dead silent. I look at Mel and I just mouth to her. No one can talk. We are all silent.
And I say in Evan's head, but he can't talk.
Yeah, I
I feel
have
like
that.
that's still not a great situation.
So
I'm attempting
Zig is
to sort of
still
nudge,
staying in the bar, or
like,
leave, or
whatever to get Zig to go out the door.
Why would I leave? I haven't had enough ale yet. This is what happens when Zig starts drinking.
More shots later.
You guys need to realize that you let me start drinking.
Do you want
This
some
is true.
pretty ladies and ale?
Unfortunately, I can't hear Eldak. I just see him moving his mouth.
It's true. God damn it.
Mm,
And in Zig's head, I say, "Come on."
no one hears
there's
anything.
sort of like a
I'm
clearing
leaving.
out of people
I'm
now at this
leaving.
point with
I
with
left.
this. Okay.
I
With the
left. I'm
silence
waiting
in the
outside.
area, people realizing something's going on, like the area of the bar is sort of clearing out, and like you two are just left
I'm
sort of standing
frustrated.
there. Eldak
Eldak is
leaves.
frustrated.
Um,
I drop the silence. Out the
Okay.
door, Zig, now.
Why would I go out the door? I don't have an ale in both my hands and enough in my belly yet.
Out the door, Zig.
And the last person I talked to walked away instead of fighting me, so that doesn't seem like a good time to leave a bar.
you feel a large hand on your shoulder, firmly grip your shoulder. And it's Harrison Blacksteed now come to see
Oh,
what's
thank
going on at his
God.
bar.
Get him out the door, please, before he starts a bar fight.
I'm just trying to drink more of your ale, and I don't know what she's talking about with the
Well,
bar
you've
fight.
got one here. It looks like she's got another one.
Ava?
And it's his
But-
when he walks out the door.
But if I leave, I don't have more. So
He
you
grips
see,
you
I'm
sort
in.
of by the elbow and starts to try to lead you. Come on now. We just had a good arrangement. He's sort of tugging you a little bit. Like he's not trying to like,
We're gonna make
like-
this for dinner tomorrow.
Maybe.
Okay.
No, Mom
See
said
if
you
it's
are.
freezing.
Mom said you are.
Okay.
I don't know that you really need to. He's not gonna. Because he's not
Ripping-
really like trying to leverage his whole strength and like
Ripping
force
my
you.
elbow away from him just to
Right.
leave me alone. I have one drink. I'm gonna finish, and then I'll probably have another drink that I'm gonna finish, and then I'll probably have another drink that I'm gonna finish. And they want me to leave, and I don't know why they want me to
He
leave.
doesn't start a bar fight. And I turn around and I walk out the door. With the beer in hand.
Okay.
Leaving Zig in there.
Okay. You guys.
Finally, I can drink.
He's a disaster.
He's sort of. He's sort of. Blacksteed is looking frustrated, trying to decide. He doesn't want to start a brawl in the middle of his tavern or whatever. There's already a scene being caused. He says, "How about this? Take you back to a nice private table. You can have all the ale you wish, and I've got something stronger as well."
Sold.
All right. He, sort of like,
You better have a trap door.
gives a, kind of like, finger to the the barmaid, and then kind of leads you back to the table. It's a little further back, sort of out of there, and then the music and conversation sort of pick up, and the barmaid brings like 3 mugs of ale and sits them down, and she hands him a small
I
bottle,
immediately drink one of them.
that he takes out, and there's like small glasses that he pours several, like these 2 small glasses, and pours like hard liquor shots into them. And he says, "To the catacombs and to adventure."
So it's going out into the wilds and fucking bears and wearing them on your shoulders.
Muted. He's got a silent spell on him.
Ah,
still.
Yeah, this thing's long enough that it reaches down to like my thigh, and if I move my leg, it like hits the mute button. Pain in the ass.
So he picks up one of the glasses and holds it up. To adventure, to youth, to ale.
To youth? To screwing bears in the woods and wearing their fur on your shoulders.
Whatever. He takes a huge shot.
Awesome.
So,
I'm outside.
you
the door.
drink
Can I
the-
see Evan
Yeah, you
tell
guys are
them?
outside. You've left Zig there.
All right.
So Zig, you have 3 ales now in front of you. It should take you a while to drink them. The warm liquor is incredibly strong. Why don't you make a Constitution saving throw? Not particularly because of that, but just he's slurring his words to begin with. He drank another ale. He's taking shots. Okay. He's still going. It's quite tough. He's an experienced drinker, so he starts working on the first ale. All right, so the rest of you guys leave
I'm heading
Zig
to
there.
the 9 Pines, but I'm taking
Okay.
a different direction
I'll be
than
back.
I've taken.
Then you left the other party members.
Well, I tell them I'm gonna find a different. If I'm looking at the map, I'm gonna get to it a different way because I want to actually see what the
Okay.
area looks like on
I
foot,
thought
so
we
they
were
can
headed
come
to,
with. We still have to
thought we
get
were headed to
Ramona.
the
Remember,
Bungalow tonight.
she'd be up
Okay.
at 9, hopefully.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you go sort of. You take another direction and go up here, walking down this main thoroughfare. This is the Cobalt Road. Is like the widest road. You went across part of it down by Tetrad Hill. It's quite wide, and you can see lots of wagon marks. You can see this looks like where the most trade traffic in and out of the city comes through. You take another block down from there and come down Pelham from the other side to kind of get a feel for that area as you return down. And the rest of you guys, I guess, go the same way. Or are you guys all sticking together?
We go with
I
it.
didn't know if you maybe
Since we are
separated from them or.
No, I let them know. I just want to go a different way to get a better idea
Okay.
of what the place looks like, and if they come with, they come
It'll
with.
be like snowing and
Yeah, it doesn't take you that much longer. You get a good sense. There's all mostly closed. There's a bit of foot traffic on the Cobalt Road because it's so big, but a lot of it is less nightlife. Most of it looks to be daytime shops, traders, large bulk traders of different. Is there a moth in here? What the hell? Bulk traders of various, grains and things like that. Actually, Eldak, make a perception check.
These are always wonderful.
I'm not like behind the bathroom door. Like there is right now.
Oh!
that dice rolled so slow. It was just like,
Yeah, it was like, you want to be low. Fine.
As you're heading near the other end, almost at Pelham where you're going to turn off, you notice a fairly large establishment. Well, not fairly large. It's medium size. Space-wise, it's fairly large. It has a large yard. It's got a it's closed. It looks to be a large two-story building with a slanted roof. It's got it just looks to be like an outfitters, traders, but it's also attached. There's a side yard. It's more of like a place for you can see wagons hitched up in there, and I think maybe around back there's stalls and horses in the yard. So when I say yard, I mean like gates that open, and beyond there's like places for horses and everything. And you just make note of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you a note here if I can remember how to do this.
It's been a while.
pay for them. Nice talk with Bob.
Yeah.
So anyway, you continue on. It's a lot of as you get further down Pelham Road, there's a lot more neighborhood buildings, but there's shops and everything interspersed throughout. Mostly dark at this hour of night, and you make it back to the Nine Pines,
It's not like it's gonna be
where there's a fire roaring in the fireplace and the smell of some food being cooked. And the people that are there eating.
okay.
And you can see they've been cleaning and working on getting the place in order.
Ramona, where are you?
Nope.
Constitution.
Second tankard.
Second tankard. Oh
Yeah.
man, it's good.
Okay, you go to flannel back
Ramona.
in, is it? 20 years
It's
later.
okay. It's like a real heavy ale too. It's almost like a stout or something, and it's got all kinds of
Just like they always
rich
say,
flavors. It's
25
much
years
stronger
later,
than the
stuff
sort
comes
of
back in
watered
style.
down ale you've had at most of the dockyard bars. Sorry.
It's okay. Looking for Ramona.
Okay, they're around. They're eating. They're finishing up some, late dinner they made in the kitchen that they got cleaned up and sort of back in order. And the shark bait, Pleasant, Ramona, and Scurvy are all there, along with Dawn Tar.
In Ramona's head, so I don't say anything else. Shark bait. I say, don't jump, but we have some business tonight. Come join us in the entryway.
Okay. Okay. So are you guys like waiting outside? You sort of peeked in, or you just said that as you came in and whatever. She now finishes her what she was eating and comes over to join you.
Is a 12 enough of a history roll to remember that we're supposed to be going to some whorehouse tonight to
No.
save the whore?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Continuing drinking then.
Okay. Are you already on the third one at this rapid pace?
Nope.
Savoring it a little bit.
Yeah, I just hit the wrong thing. I wanted to do a history
Okay.
roll, not a constitution roll.
All right.
Fuck
So,
you, Discord, for randomly
comes over to-
restarting, you piece of shit.
She
I know,
comes over
right?
to join you.
We have a little nighttime business to take care of. Are you joining us?
Yeah, she slips over by you guys.
Stop, whatever that is.
Are we kind of nodding? Are we going
Logan
back
acting
here?
like crap.
That's the plan. See what there is to see tonight.
Okay. All right. So you guys slip out.
Yes.
Are
And
they-
the boys are coming since they're not talking.
Yeah,
Are they on their
Yeah,
way
it's-
to,
I was just writing shit down, my bad.
have they made it, basically they've made it back to our bar and they're now on their way to the other one, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
This will be a disadvantage.
Okay.
It could only get worse.
Well, okay.
Or you can do 9 and 9, I guess.
Yeah, it's 9 and 13. Like a double 8. You're sort of swooning, like falling down, and you suddenly hear a voice in your head, and you kind of lay your head down. Zig! Huh. It's good to talk to you. It's Reginald. Just wanted to let you know I'm doing great. Everything is fine, and we found the mayor, and we've put him to work. He won't be a problem. You're like, oh, that's nice.
What?
Kind of drifting off to sleep.
Regina, get out of my head, you douchebag.
Didn't you watches you? Now we had a terrible.
So Zig sort of drifts into drunken slumber.
Just choked. On air.
You guys are gonna head to
Headed to the Blue Willow.
the Blue Willow. All right, I gotta take a quick break, and I'll be right back.
What's up?
Don't start to be too strong.
Yeah.
See, I'm hoping I wake up in a drunken stupor and remember that I have to be at the Blue Willow to help find the whore, and then I can stumble my way there and help.
Or you wake up covered in bear fur and no armor.
I'm not that drunk.
You're out like a light, mister.
Nope. Didn't pass out hard. I'm not that drunk.
You get my text, brother?
Gotcha.
What are you chewing on?
I see you back there.
Minty fresh breath for the dog.
I hear.
Yeah,
popcorn.
Logan threw those everywhere.
Well, Logan should pick them up. The dog's eating them.
Somebody else doesn't have a back on their seat either, do
I'm just laying on my bed.
you? Yeah.
Pretty much shit.
Probably Logan's. Mine are on the stairs.
I have the lazy boy.
I wish I was outside. I have 2
Dog
recliners.
probably has
They're
minty
so
fresh
comfortable.
breath now, but
You need to move one into your bedroom then, right?
I wish. I have like no space left.
Oh, hey! Still got it in your mouth.
probably the mint. I got the wrapper. That's the only thing I'm
Odds
really
in the
worried about.
background. Just floating. It didn't even look like he was walking. Like a specter.
Because you can only see half of him.
Yeah! That's exactly why.
Had to tuck my daughter in.
Spectre
It's
Han.
the Spectre Hans.
What?
You walked past my screen,
Oh,
so my camera caught you floating past.
I'm Barbara. Oh,
Did not look like.
I don't get the reference.
It's Beetlejuice. That's your mask open. Your
Oh,
eyes.
no, okay. You put it in text after you said it. I got you.
Yeah.
all right.
What was in the drawer?
So
Step out of the drawer and bring it up
As
here.
we're walking
Put the stuff
along,
that's in the
do we have a
washer
plan for this
in the
evening?
dryer, please. I think Don't forget a dryer sheet.
Find her sister and let them talk.
Pick up the
See what
pot pan
happens.
that was on the floor too. Hey,
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Okay.
We less have to deal with the bullshit of Fairwind, so we could really just walk in there and look for her, just as a whole.
That works.
Probably the best thing is to just be straightforward. Find her. If she's there. That she
Hopefully
could,
she is.
well as, yeah, but.
So you make your way down the path that you walked there once before, so it's not that far of a walk. You make your way down as you turn off Hunter's Lane into the Lantern Grove. What was not much activity when you were there earlier. There's this whole little mini district around this inner city park is really alive with nightlife. There's taverns and all kinds of, there's a few shops, mostly taverns and restaurants and things like that open all around as you walk around the edge. And as you approach the place where you saw the Blue Willow Inn, what was just a quiet yard with the large willow trees out in the front, and then a large house, almost like plantation style house or something, like a large manor in the back. It was empty before. It is now completely alive with activity. There seems to be tons of people in the yard, inside the low walled area that's kind of out front, closing off the yard, and you can see as you're walking along this wall, you can see inside there's tons of people in there.
There's another one back there.
Lanterns hooded with some sort of blue material to shut off a bluish light underneath the willow trees, and there's all kinds of other lanterns, and you can see sort of where it gets the name has this the willow trees lit up with like bluish light in the night. There's
Look underneath the
there
chair.
is
I
like
just found two of
looks
them.
like sort of an outdoor bar that's set up. There's people sitting around that and around all kinds of little pockets out in the yard amongst the trees and things. And there's lots of people in there. Occasionally small globes of dancing light dance and flicker in the trees. And as you are walking along this sort of low brick fence with like a metal top, you come to the gate where there is a sort of a large gentleman with a sword at his side. And there seems to be a number of people milling around right outside the front. Several people maybe not sure what they're doing. They're talking and having conversation out front. There's a group of city watchmen sort of lounging nearby as well outside the entrance. And this large gentleman sort of blocks your way at the gate.
Excuse me, sir. Can we enter?
He looks you guys over. So you, Ramona, so the three of you and Ramona, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Was it like for some
Not with those, says, and he kind of waggles his finger at this weapons hanging at your side.
Aw, this little
You know,
thing.
cookie.
Not gonna do much.
No weapons.
I have 6 daggers, a longbow, a sword. I'm like,
Yeah, you guys are bristling with weapons. I mean, you don't know if you would have let it pass if there was like a little dagger, but it's like, you guys look like adventurers pretty much, so bristling with weapons. No weapons. And he kind of looks you over, I'm trying to remember, you guys all bought new clothes. You are wearing new clothes that you bought, Eldak?
I'm
Yeah.
putting
You're
my
wearing
bag-
new clothes you bought.
Yep.
I don't remember what Evan's wearing. Some sort of newish clothes, I
black
think he
normal
bought it.
clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not like fancy or anything.
You have to show me you got coin.
I pull out a platinum piece. Is this good enough?
Is that it?
You said I just had
There's
to
more
show
where
you some
that came
coin.
from,
Don't throw it.
but it's not for you.
ditch the weapons. And he kind of turns aside as he lets a couple other people in. He's sort of looking him over as he lets a couple other people in come in the entrance.
Do they have weapons on them?
Make a perception check.
I'm curious as well. I'm gonna make one as well.
Oops. I don't know why it ran twice. 17.
24.
They're not. They don't have any like swords or obvious weapons. They look sort of like fairly well-to-do merchants or some sort of businessmen. They're definitely like sort of lower, upperish class. One gentleman who wears a little bit more of a noblish attire, and he's got like the goatee that's the style of the city. He does have a small belt dagger, kind of semi-concealed under his belt. Not like necessarily hidden, but more of just kind of, it was maybe sort of under his cloak. Maybe he missed it.
I'm not gonna start trouble, so I'm not gonna mention anything about it.
Yeah, no.
Do you have a
I don't
place
think
here that we can store these weapons, or is it come back and then you'll let us in?
I don't
We can
particularly
hold them.
relish walking these streets without my sword.
We
You
can
guys should
hold
be
him.
really happy
He kind
that
of looks
Zig
sort of
stayed back at the bar
over,
right about now.
sort of scanning now a little more closely of what you have. You have a bow. You have
A short sword, 6
a short
daggers.
sword. Yeah.
You guys should be
Yeah.
really happy that drunk Zig stayed back at the bar right about now.
Thankfully,
I know.
I've got a giant halberd that's on fire.
My
That's look like
Luckily,
a weapon
Eldak
in
has
general.
a goblet, so
my
Yeah.
dagger
Eldak's just carrying a goblet.
It's a goblet
I got
from
nothing.
the bar before.
yeah.
I know. That's
My
what I figured. I figured that.
My dagger is tucked in my back, but my rapier is visible.
All right. Yeah, we can stow them safely. He kind of motions for another guy, another bouncer, guardman type from inside, and he comes out. If you let him have milk, the weapons, we've got some secure lock chests. We can put
Fine with
these
him
in.
taking my things, to be quite honest.
Okay.
That's just me.
Okay.
Mhm. What?
So you guys hand over the weapons that you have.
yeah, I got no magic weapons. Take my stuff. Let's go.
I hand over my rapier.
Okay. He collects them, and he takes them to go secure them somewhere. Welcome to the Blue Willow. You'll never have a better time. And you kind of follow in. You can see the one guy traveling off, sort of around. He looks like he's maybe headed off. So there's some small outdoor buildings where there's some storage and stuff, and maybe into one of those to lock up the weapons. The other, obviously, the other gentleman stays at the door. As you enter, you hunters mark him. The guy with
I
the
know
weapons.
where he is. The guy who took the weapons, so I know where he is.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. He seems to. Yeah, he's wandering off back and behind a row of trees, and then stopping back there. You can see just the tops of some outdoor like buildings and things. There seems to be all kinds of, it's almost like a garden where there's some trellises and plants and now in here at night it seemed more open in the day. Now at night with all the lighting and the people, it seems like there's lots of small pockets of privacy and everything else. There's mostly just the sounds of conversation going on. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm keeping like with the hunter's mark. I'm basically keeping like in my head, sort of the distance, and especially when he like stops, because to me that would be maybe when he's like putting our stuff away somewhere. That just to have a general idea.
Yeah, he kind of stops on the other side of this row of hedges where you can see the roofs of some of these little sheds. So you think he stopped over there, and then a couple moments later he comes back out to the front to what he was doing.
Yeah.
And his hands are empty.
While I've been sort of tracking that and looking at that, As you walk in, Eldak and Melusine, you notice sort of under the shadow of a large tree, which you sort of didn't catch, like in the shadows under the tree, there is a large iron statue just standing right inside the gate. It looks very interesting. It's sort of plain, but it's almost like an armored person. It's not very well detailed, but it's got a large stone sword planted into the ground itself. And you pass by that. And on into the interior, there's like an outdoor bar with sort of some people gathered about it. There is, pockets of people everywhere else.
Does there look like there's anyone who sort of like runs the place? Someone who maybe is like directing people or anything like that?
There's a number of you take a moment, sort of stand at the edge of the little glade that's sort of like with the little bar on the other side where it seems to be the most people are gathered, sort of observing. Why don't you give me some perception checks, I guess, just for observing. Yep, that's about right.
Yep.
Might have been okay, knock on wood.
25 with me?
Yeah, so Eldak and well, you guys notice as a group, there is a number of people that are sort of dressed similarly to the guy that brought you in, sort of scattered throughout the yard. They're not just like standing there aggressively, but there's sort of guards positioned,
Name sounds familiar.
here and there about. There is
maybe.
a number of men and women, all in similar blue silk sort of outfits. They stand out because they're all wearing like very, similar outfits. They're sort of loose fitting and kind of just a shade revealing, and they're all very good looking. Like all the men and women are good looking, and they're sort of wandering throughout the crowd. Some of them talking to, some groups of people, on one side, and engage in conversation with another person off in the side shadows. These seem to be people that maybe they don't run the place, but perhaps are part of the establishment.
That's why the new guy's been there.
Eben, while you guys are taking that in and noticing it, you do notice a man intently looking at your group.
What's
He's
he look like?
sitting off to the side of the bar at a table. He's got sort of a little bit tattered and worn finery. It's like purple, a long white sleeve shirt with purple sort of vest. Like a large hat that sort of flops to the side. It's even got like a little feather in it.
Gilmore?
Race?
Human. The hair is long and dark. He doesn't particularly look.
Oh shit.
One sec. He doesn't look particularly necessarily ugly, but his face is a little bit scarred on one cheek, and just his face looks sort of worn with, a little bit of age in the road. Leaning next to his chair, he has a very tall, a lute with like a number of strings. It almost looks to have like maybe 12 strings on it.
I put my back to him quickly, and I in Elvish to Eldak, I go, the guy behind me is looking at us, just keep an eye out. And then I turn. I want to do it basically nonchalantly, like if I just had to tell Eldak something, but just really I'm giving him a heads up that this one gentleman seems to
Okay, I'll keep an eye
take
out.
notice of us.
Okay.
And I also tell Ramona to keep an eye out if she sees her sister, obviously. If you happen to
Okay.
see around.
Do you understand?
Yeah, what is she like?
One
What's her
is-
reaction like? How is she doing right now, being inside of this place that supposedly has her sister?
She's studying, mostly studying the people, looking around, trying to be nonchalant, but it's a little obvious she's looking in every, nook and cranny and looking almost like she's looking for someone. I mean, it's not completely obvious, but
But
you
it's
know,
obvious.
it's kind of to you. Maybe it's because you
Yeah.
know, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
She's not
no,
just
I
like,
get it.
but she's like, you can see her eyes checking and looking and
Darting
everything,
around
taking
and such.
assessing with you guys, taking in the same assessment you are.
Gotcha.
I want to go slide up to one of the guards, kind of walk over and say, I've heard wonderful things about this place. I'm looking for someone particular. How do I find her?
Someone in particular. He sort of kind of motions for one of the women with the blue silks on to come over. So she's looking for someone in particular. And then he kind of leaves you with her as he steps away, and she's human, quite beautiful. Just hints of like bits of makeup and stuff, and dark hair. Someone in particular.
Yes. One of my friends told me I absolutely had to meet Reba. And I could have. I'm sure that this was the place that she said. Could you help me find her?
I don't recognize the name.
I find like a
don't-
candy or like a sparkle.
I'm sure if it has to be someone in particular, I'm sure that there's. If you're looking to spend some time with someone, I'm sure we could find someone. But I don't believe I know a Reba. Maybe speak with. If you think she's just come in here, maybe speak with Elros over there. He seems to know everyone. And she kind of motions to the guy that they thought was watching your group. Though he's not looking at your group now. He's sipping a goblet of wine.
I'll do that. If I can't find her, I'll be back. And I kind of saunter away.
Okay.
Back over to Eldak and whisper in his head, she doesn't know Ariba. Doesn't mean that's what she goes by. And kind
Yeah.
of, and wander past them to find a tree to lean against and look around
Okay.
for the moment.
Okay. You find a nice spot under some shadows and place where you can observe the main thoroughfare pretty easily. You can see from where you're sitting that up just this very ever so slight slope up toward the large porched manor, there is some activity of some people coming and going out of the manor, but most of the activity seems to be outside here. You can also observe that it sort of looks like there's another gate that goes beyond out to there, up to the manor itself.
Do we see any people around that area?
Yeah, there's some. You can see some stream coming in and out on the porch. There's a number of guards up there, more than you see down here. But most of the activity seems to be taking
In this
place more close to
location.
where you're at. Yeah. But it's not dark. I mean, there's some activity as well,
Mm-hmm. So what you'd find out, Mellison?
She says she doesn't know Ariba, which of course doesn't mean that's what she goes by here. Could also mean that she's not actually here. Could mean a lot of things. Nothing so obvious as going by that name at least. Ramona, you don't see her anywhere out here that you've seen so.
No, I haven't. It's hard to tell in the dark, but I haven't.
Damn my human eyes.
Damn.
I know, right?
Damn
Look with your special eyes.
Kind of
My
kind
bread.
of lit around here, but not well
Yeah,
enough to
lit.
see for us.
Oh,
Well, what's
we
the
lost
plan?
Sig.
I asked
We lose
Ramona
Zig?
if
I just
Reba
should've
Oh,
said
I'm
that.
here.
had a nickname or anything
I'm
that
still here. I'm
would
just
use.
fine.
camera's off for a second.
That's fine.
Saying goodnight.
Passing
No
out.
more groping on camera.
No, no groping.
Did you stream? Did you stream?
Full on
Okay.
sloshing.
She did.
Just need to turn off the camera
she
for
did
that.
Say, she did say that a gentleman named Elros, and I kind of jerked my head over in his direction, might know more. He tends to know what's going on around here.
He's the one who seemed to take notice of us when we walked
Yep.
around here.
Well, isn't that interesting? Suppose that would be why he notices everyone. So if we have to, he's a possible resource.
I'm sure we have to.
That leaves a sticky mess.
I also
Kind
asked
of like
Ramona
when
if
you
Reba
fold
ever
and
had a
bend
nickname
and
of any
creep
sort that she might have gone
pumpkins on
by.
this desk and let them sit here. They leak
Not that
pop
I
out
know
all
of.
over the place.
But you're right. They might not know the name Reba. Who knows?
Stop. Don't need to crush pumpkins.
Well, we can.
Why don't you make me invisible? And just kidding.
Not a
It was here.
horrible-
But instead of
let's work
falling and
on
hearing
that.
armor, it's just a dead person because they took too much fall damage and they're too low in health. But we can't find the person because they're invisible for an hour, so they die.
I think if you die, it probably wears off. Or go unconscious.
No, because Nelson would be the one concentrating.
You
He
have
would have to stop
yeah.
concentration.
True, I
You have
suppose.
to
Yeah,
know
maybe.
invisible dead body.
I would have to know that they got hurt to drop my
Let's not
concentration.
test that mechanic.
Let's not test that right now.
Like a horrible idea.
Come on, I gotta science it. The Sylvanas tree doesn't stay.
That, hey, dude, I thought it was
awesome.
gonna work. It stayed there for like
Oh,
a
no,
minute.
no.
I was like, oh, it's gonna work, and then it was like, boop.
But don't care.
And I was
What's the
disappointed.
rule?
All right, so I don't think we need to go visit him en masse, but
Then
Ramona said that her Reba had a tattoo. Did she ever tell us what the tattoo was?
you are not allowed in my house without my parents here, and they are not here. Goodbye.
Dragon.
no, she never told us what the tattoo was. What
I'm
is
just
the
saying
tattoo?
that could be a good thing to figure out.
A
But
girl with the dragon
You
tattoo.
know when they get home.
3 daggers. Twist.
Give me a
She's a
second.
stiletto.
Let me consult my notes because I honestly don't remember. I apologize.
Gotcha. She just said she had a tattoo. She didn't say what it was, so I figure if we need to, we can ask about a girl with such and such tattoo.
Dragon.
I got lost. On his house.
Hydra.
How did you get lost?
Damn.
You realize there are
An owl bear.
366 A's on the way between.
An owl bear.
Yes.
2 roses with a banner that says "Mom."
I know. And I realized what I did.
You know, classic.
But I'm on the wrong system.
It's actually her own name, Reba, so that the gentleman knows what to say from behind
Oh my
to be
god.
respectful.
God damn it.
You're welcome, and
It just says classy with an I.
Oh, this isn't even. Okay. Well, I must have went way off script on this.
Doing alive.
Yeah, it's just a small, simple tattoo of a rose. She told you.
Okay.
I'm looking at my notes on Reba, and I'm like, this isn't what happened at all, so I'm not gonna find it here.
Oh.
Yeah, I did go back and update my stuff.
Right.
So
So
yeah,
I
it was a
sorta
simple
correct.
sort
Well,
of
let's
yeah.
get the box.
All right.
I know, shoebox.
Do we want to visit this gent now then?
I don't know, as all four of us need to go over and make a spectacle about it.
I'll keep watch. I'll keep
He
just
seemed to know
following.
us all anyway. We didn't really make it a thing to.
It's the
Come
other
in
people
separately.
I make a spectacle for.
If they talk to him, it won't matter. But I'm fine with going.
Are we all going then?
I don't know if you want to hang back. You can hang back.
Bob's Forever, and then
No.
we were
I'll
out.
I'll hang back. I'll keep an eye out. Just
All I wanted were pants.
Okay.
I ended up with squares.
Want me to
You
hold
hang
the
back
cup?
in the.
yeah,
I took his goblet in my belt.
yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
you can listen.
You lean back against a tree that's sort of in the shadows a little bit, where you can keep an eye on people. And the other three of you go to talk to him, or just the two of you? Or Ramona stay with
Time change.
Eldak?
Does Ramona want to come with us?
Start whining at my door.
She'll stay with Eldak, kind of watch it, because from the shadows here she can scan and kind of keep watching a little better.
Alright.
So the two of you saunter over. He's at like a small table that's set up on the side next to some trellises of flowers and vines out
So
in
are
the yard.
there
As you footsteps behind them, he sort of
like
turns and he
Logan signed
just
up
sort
for all
of
of
turns
these
his chair a little bit. And
ass crack of dawn
one boot kicks out and pushes a
meets from
chair
now
on the
to end
other
of the year,
side of his
or-
little table out.
I heard
So
that you
welcoming.
know
How's it
everybody that's
going?
come through here. Fine, thank you.
I spend a bit of time here. It's a good
I'm
place to
looking
spend
for
time.
someone.
Sit
I'm
down,
looking
sit
for
down.
But there's
What?
one on the
Have a seat.
11th.
I look at Evan to sit.
12th that I
I
could
see.
find because
There's only one seat. I stand
No,
behind
there's a
him
couple
over-
chairs. There's a couple chairs.
Yeah,
No, there's
I
a couple
figured it
chairs. It's
was
like a
like-
table. There's several chairs.
Yeah.
He
Now,
only
is this
kicked
next
one out.
weekend the one we have to work on?
Yeah,
Alright,
I
so then I'll-
leave. I let her take the one that's kicked out, and I pull it, the other chair.
Okay.
I turn it so that the back is sort of at my
Okay.
chest.
It's a good place to spend time.
I imagine
Just
it
look
is.
around. Do you? This is the best spot in Terrafex City. Look around. Over there. That. He's a minor of some noble house or some such. I don't know of her. That woman there, she's she's married to the knight that won the tournament of the procession last year. I wonder if her husband knows she's here. There's just he points out a number of other people, just sort of stating small facts about them. Oh, he also says, and he kind of finishes with, and that gentleman right there, that right there, that is JCL Rona. And you see there is a really strapping looking elf with blonde hair, very strong, like muscles, and everything. And he's got a green shirt on, but you can see his muscles. Very strong for an elf. Sort of a hardened face, but good looking, long blonde hair. And he's got several women talking to him.
Yeah.
You'd kind of noticed him in scanning around before, but he said,
Gaston.
but he sort of puts on that's JCL Rona. Do you know who that is?
Nope, never been to
Say that
Terrafax before.
You've never been.
First
Never been to Terrafax, and you arrive here at the Blue Willow Inn. That's
That's a
You have a
first
good
time
sense for direction.
It's so
What a
windy, my walls
metaphor.
are creaking.
We've heard this is the place to be.
At least if you have the coin.
Indeed. It's a good place to spend coin. And a woman comes by, at one point, kind of interrupting him. Would you like anything to drink? We have wine and nectar of all kinds.
Anything like whiskey? Where
Yes,
whiskey
we have
equivalent
some.
in this world?
We have some dwarven liquor. Very good.
I'll take
From-
the
Take
nectar.
some of
From
that.
Ilfath itself. You'll both have that. All right.
And
I don't know if
the
she
gentleman,
wants that. No.
Elras drops a couple, a small handful of gold coins in her hand. It's on me. And she goes off to fetch the drinks. Bring me another, kind of in his goblet. He kind of looks after. Oh yes, I was telling you about the JCL Rona. Well, he's one of the Valen Masquerade. Not heard of that either. My stories are
Alright.
much less impressive with people who are new to the city. It's probably the most famous band of adventurers in the city. Probably in all Larun, who knows? But he comes here to drink. And
Did a man named Harrison run with that group?
Harrison. Natural one for check.
No.
Sorry, like no. What words? No, I don't think so. No. They are. They're well connected in the city, known for. There was a traitor amongst the Valancourt, and seeking
You already had.
seeking to expose it. The Duke, Rakchandral, he's sort of like the Duke of the city. And Terrafax, almost operating like its own city-state within the realm, is quite a powerful figure. And it's mostly run by, well, the guilds to some degree, but also there is a court and an upper class sort of loosely associated. It's mostly landowners and the wealthy as opposed to necessarily bloodlines like, traditional like feudalism. But they do keep a sort of a court or whatever, so there's sort of upper crust. And anyway, I just figured I'd give you that history. He is fond of huge parties and balls, and they infiltrated one of the largest parties of the season, where they exposed this traitor and did battle with him and his hired assassins in front of the whole court. Made a bit of a hero of their group, and they're pretty well connected now. Oh, and the woman returns and brings you two small, intricately metal small cups filled with a pungent liquor, and then when you even hold it to your nose, it smells. Whoa! And
look at Mal,
another
I'm like,
woman
this
has
is
a
gonna
decanter and
burn.
fills his goblet. Yeah, it smells very strong when you put it up to your nose. Do you take a sip?
I do not.
Oh, yes.
I'm just holding my.
It's actually. Go ahead.
I've had my limit of ale for the night. Any more, and I'll be
I
rolling
I look at Mel and I'm like, I didn't drink when I was over there. You know me,
take
I'm
a
always
small sip cautiously, and it is strong, but it's actually surprisingly smooth, and it doesn't like really burn. It's actually quite good. You just feel a warmness in your
That's
thing.
the best.
Yeah, it's like really good liquor. It's like actually it's actually quite smooth and flavorful. So yeah, it's quite good.
Dwarven liquor. I haven't had this in 10 years.
I spent time with the dwarves.
More like dwarves spent time with me. They weren't from the area.
I see.
But I
They
was much
are
younger.
a bit of a reclusive bunch. They do like their drink, though.
Yes. The patriarch of the family used to make his own. Not as good as this. And he probably would have killed me if he knew I had any. But one thing I was good at was hiding and being sneaky. So occasionally I would taste. But like I said, it was nowhere near as good as this.
And I'm so rude. I've told you about all these people around here. Didn't even introduce myself. And he kind of half stands a little bit with a little bow. I'm Elras Westford. I play a bit of lute. Roam around
How
a bit.
little?
Well, he gives you
If
that
I
smile.
disappear, it's because I lost power.
He gives you that smile that says, like, probably a lot more than a little.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Like, especially if you're like walking around with a loot that big as you described,
Yeah.
like you're probably
And spend the rest of my time drinking and socializing, I suppose.
I follow suit and like shake his hand. Like I get up and shake one hand.
Drinking and horrid.
Shake his hand properly.
And what are your names?
Eben Vol. This is Melisyn Verse. She's a newlywed.
I laughed at that at my tree.
There's just a giggle in the far background.
I just kind of laugh.
Pleased to meet you.
A pleasure.
So, what brings you here then?
Well,
Didn't you say when you first walked up you were looking for someone, but then he started talking?
I did.
no. Well,
Yeah.
she did. Yeah, I would say I did not.
Were any of these people the
what
person
I
you were
said
looking
was I
for?
heard that you know everybody. I
Oh,
heard that
okay.
you know everything. I'm looking for someone particular.
I see.
And I heard you're the person who knows what's going on here with everyone who's been in and out.
I don't remember your faces.
I'd prefer if you took
And he
my
kind of
hand.
picks up his lute as you're tuning, and he kind of is like tuning it a little bit.
Are you gonna tune forever, or are you gonna play?
Well, I was letting Melusine finish.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
I'm
for-
letting her finish too, but I feel like he's doing it just to like, sort of like waiting on her type thing. So I'm trying to like, not necessarily instigate, just to like, stop playing around, sort of a scenario. Stop beating around the bush.
I'm looking for a young lady who goes by Reba, where I come from.
He kind of tilts his head in thought for a second. And then he does begin to play. And
Anything familiar?
not familiar to you, but it's very good. He's very skilled at this lute. You can tell he's well trained. And
Have I heard it?
Maybe.
Have I
Why
heard
don't you
it?
make a history check?
Okay.
You can also make a history check.
Have I heard it?
You are there, though you would notice
We just hear out the gate. Let
Sick.
me in.
This is Reginald. Did you get my message? We have the mayor. He's safe. It is. Do not need to worry. And I'm fine too. Everything is great.
I'm good too.
18.
16.
Neither of you totally know the song, but it sounds familiar. It's sort of a traditional song from north of here. Both of you have probably heard it a little bit passing. Um, it's it begins to go on, and there's the reason he picked this one, and you're like, I do recognize this, because when he gets to like the third verse, it's a song about some farm hand who's in love with a girl, and the girl's name is Reba, and so that's sort of where. By the time he finishes, it was a really good performance, and you as a bard are fairly impressed. Like he's not a hack, and the rest of the there was sort of a bit of the conversation got a little quiet, and sort of was listening to the playing. And got the attention of people, but as it finishes, they sort of rejoin their conversations. I don't think that was the Reba you were looking for, but I can't say I have,
No,
actually.
but it was a lovely rendition.
I don't think I know anyone that I've seen through her named Reba.
Perhaps a description then? She's
Dark-haired, rose on their back.
Well, she's a whore.
Thanks, Sig. But I describe.
Doesn't narrow it down here.
I describe what she told us.
It's tough. I can't say, but there's a lot of women that could fit that description, but nobody that's.
Even with a rose tattoo on her back.
Well, I haven't. As shocking as it may seem, I have not
So
inspected
bad.
every lady's back into effects.
By choice?
I wonder if he actually tried. Or
Sometimes,
that bad.
See, and that's
if
why
you've seen
like,
some of the
some
women
things that
in Barrel's End,
have to work at home.
We did meet a really nice lady armorer.
I don't know what they do for tryouts.
yeah. I don't know.
Well,
Anybody else that would know her or who she travels with?
She would have come from
Well,
Fairwind.
if posture
from
and all that
Fairwind.
stuff matters, then
If that happens,
It's gonna
to narrow
be
things
terrible.
down. Oh shit, the other girl.
Well, you know
Fuck,
how
I
he
can't
always
tell you
talks about
guys.
Alex isn't a good player. Alex is too ahead of him. I told that.
I want to know.
Not many people come through here from Fairwind. It's a long ways.
Apparently,
motivation.
she made her way here from there. As far as
Maybe.
Yes, he kind of leans into the table a bit. Do you think she may work here?
potentially, unless she somehow took on a different profession when she got to the Terrafax.
Oh god, I can't remember this guy's
Where's
name.
my-
Fuck.
Sorry, I was checking some of my notes.
The guy that
But
took
I'm real
that.
slow.
I don't know if
I
that
won't
might
say
matter
like
either.
Kit bus, but I know that's not her. Kent Traskin.
That's right, trash can.
Sig's having a real hard time wherever he is.
Can't rouse myself out of this.
Did you
Can't
say
rouse
something
myself
about-
out of this.
Sorry.
He wants to come play.
Sorry.
Want to, come and
Hey,
cause
he
a
brought
fight
it on
instead of
himself.
We
talking.
tried to get you to leave before you
I'm
drank
role
yourself
playing
into
my
stupor.
character.
Oh no.
I'm RPing, sir.
Did you say? I'm sorry. What was? Got lost in the train of thought.
Mel,
I
do you-
was-
do you-
Just
do you-
unfortunately,
do you-
role playing my character drunk in a bar is boring.
Well, I heard that Kent Traskin encouraged her to come to Terrafax, and I've been looking for her for quite a while. I could really use the help.
You said Fairwind. Kent Traskin, I do know. And he is over there. And
By the way, if
he
Zig
sort of
would have heard Eldak say you can have ale and whores, he would have left. So we can blame
I told
Melison
you
for
that.
this.
But it was silenced.
I told you that.
he was
Well.
silenced.
Yeah,
Um,
I did. Yeah.
And he points over to a spot sort of across out of the area you're in, and sort of outside there is a small secluded little grove with a table and a private area, and you can see a gentleman back there.
Do we see
It's a
any
ways off.
women?
It's hard to make out. Do you see any women? No.
Okay.
He appears to be alone over there. It's sort of off to the side and down a small little path and isolated. He travels to a number of destinations and seems to go to Fairwood Isles every year or so. That's what made me
Do you
think
know
of
what
it.
for?
He's employed here. He's one of the men that I don't know about runs it. Lady Madame de Spiro runs this, owns it, but if you're looking for some companionship, he's a man to see here.
Thank you very much for your time, Elra. Truly
Yep.
appreciate it. And I get up
Tips
with
his little
my
purple hat a little bit.
give him a nod, and then saunter back over to Eldak and hand him the whiskey.
Yes. I drink it.
It's really good.
Yes.
Strong. Did you find
Did you-
anything out?
A bit. Did you catch all that, Eldak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was I supposed to be eavesdropping? God, you're gonna have to show me that.
You'll learn in time. I have someone else's table to go visit. Keep an eye on me, please.
No problem.
And I make my way over to
I hand you his goblet
awesome.
Eldak's goblet.
um
Because I'm gonna hang back and watch.
Okay.
I make my
So
way
you were gonna
over
go-
to-
Talk to Kent Traskin.
I am.
Okay.
From
Uh,
where I was sitting, how good of a view do I have?
From where you're sitting, not as well. You kind of take another spot, sort of on the other side of this sort of clearing that's sort of makeshift as a bar and sort of mingling area, and you can see, sort of looking over a hedge that's about chest high, kind of see down the path, and mostly unobscured into the small area where you see that person down there, and it's about 30 feet away.
Okay. So before I leave the guy, I'm gonna put down a gold piece and say another round for you, as I step away with
He
Mellison, and
nods.
then
Tips his good travels to
see
you.
you around most likely.
Glad it's not a fedora.
You Eben, your
Yes.
your group have a name? You've been working on this little tune.
Tune of what kind?
Ah, just,
Writing your own
yeah,
story.
just a little
info?
tuning. Yeah, just wondering if your little adventuring band had a name, if there was songs to be sung of you yet. I think there will
Yeah.
be.
Songs, but we don't really have a name for ourselves.
Understood. So you take up that position where you can kind of see. It's kind of obscured, like sort of over the hedges and sort of back and in the shadows, but you
I
can
like
see that
take
there's a
my,
table set up in this private area
My
back there.
cup
But
with me, even though it's empty, I'm just sort of holding it to make it seem like I'm sort of lounging and with
Okay.
a drink.
Yep. Okay. Melusine, you take the small winding path back toward that small area, and as you come into the very small clearing, like 15 feet across, there's like a table in there and like some little bit higher hedges. You can see there's like actually like a little bit of a I can't remember what they're called, like a gazebo sort of out there in the back where there's a little covered area, and he's got a little bit of outdoor stuff out there. Getting a closer look at the gentleman in here, he's a middle-aged human male. He's got short or wavy graying hair. His skin is kind of rough and brown just from the sun and traveling. He's got kind of an unremarkable face and except for a little thin chin strap beard around. Kind of seems like the face you could easily overlook in a crowd. Wouldn't necessarily stand out. But he looks up as you enter the small area.
I'm told you're the man who can help me find some.
Indeed. Come in. Not seen you at the
Suddenly,
Blue
there's
Willow
about-
before. Pardon?
Nothing.
Indeed. The Blue Willow, all your dreams can come true. If you're looking for someone,
I
I
am.
can absolutely guarantee you will have, and I'm not saying this with exaggeration or some street hawker, you will literally have the experience of a lifetime.
Is this Disney?
I don't
A little
think
bit
so.
different experience.
Yeah.
Slightly different.
Well, I do hope I found the right place. I was told that the Blue Willow had some of the finest women to be had.
Yes. Now, if you're coming to, there's a number of men, companions of many sorts, but
Not interested in men. I'm interested
Oh.
in a lovely lady.
yeah, whatever your tastes. They
Preferably. Preferably dark-haired. And I'm hoping to find that lovely lady I met so long ago in Fairwind with a rose on her shoulder. Last time I went there, they told me she'd moved to Terrified. So, when I was through on business, I had to stop and check. I've been looking for quite a while. Of course, that doesn't stop me from experiencing the other joys that have to be had, but, you wouldn't happen to know where she might be, would you? Is she here? Have I found the right place at last?
wanted to say make a persuasion check, but I really need you to make an insight check. Because that was a good little speech there.
My insight sucks.
Um,
My persuasion is way better.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with a woman like that. But
You ended it with, "Where can I find a woman like that?" You might have had a better insight check.
I can't find a woman like that. I can't say that
And
that I know of who you speak, but we've got a number of women of all that fit all tastes here.
And I put my hand on
And-
his wrist and I kind of play with my fingers a little bit on it. Are you sure you haven't seen her? I was told that you've been to Fairwind Isles before, so I was hoping perhaps she might have traveled to get here. To be safe, of course.
No, I'm afraid I've been to Fairwind Isles. It's been several years. It's not really a great place to visit. No offense. Kind of gets a little bit more abrupt. Like his salesman demeanor is sort of fading a little bit.
Well, if she's not here, I'll keep looking. You will, of course, have to tell me all about the other one.
Hmm? Zig is waking up from a stupor.
Waiting on the DM to tell me when I roll high enough to do it.
I didn't hear him.
The push to talk didn't work, unfortunately.
Is then he kind of like kind of collects himself and says, well, for a price, I can guarantee you will have the most romantic experience of your life, and I do not say that to oversell it. Ask other patrons. For 200 gold, you will never forget it. And he sort of holds up produces from in his jacket a small vial, and inside it you can see a pink liquid with like
Cocaine.
small bubbles in it.
Magic cocaine.
Are you interested?
I don't know as I'm interested just now in that. Something a little less refined than romance.
Well, if you change your mind,
Could you perhaps point me in the direction of a little more to my taste?
yes, you can see Madame Despira. She will be under the entrance to the manor over there.
I stand up and I lean over really close and say, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you here more often. And I turn around and walk away.
Okay.
Back to the tunnel.
So you go back to you go back down the path.
I sort of stay watching him to see if he goes anywhere, at least for
Yeah,
like,
he's
say a
watching
couple minutes.
Melisy as she's leaving the path.
I'm gonna
Okay.
pass right by where they are, head toward a building with a note,
Okay.
with a Mental note to Eldak, be back by in a few.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you go over to like the entryway or whatever towards the manor, and there's a number of individuals sort of lounging around in conversation. And there's a woman who seems to be sort of engaging people who are coming toward the manor. You're sort of waiting behind a few people to speak with her, and the other two of you notice once she's over there by that, he's grabbing a few things from the table there and heading down the path and leaving that small area.
Does it look like he's forgotten anything?
It's hard to tell from here.
I'll stroll over there and do sort of like pass by to just take a gander.
Okay. You slip down there. I want and down the path, and no, he didn't really have much there. There's under the gazebo. There's like a small table and little cabinets where there appears to be some different vases and things, but they don't really look like personal effects. They may just sit there all the time. You could search through it if you want.
No, I don't want to.
Eldak and
I don't wanna-
Ramona, you see he's exiting the Blue Willow.
I don't want
Okay.
to talk to her just yet, but I wanted to
Okay.
at least make it open, and then I'll kind of, as there's like only one person in front of me, I'll kind of beeline off and go
Okay.
wander my way back
Okay.
towards them.
Okay. Okay.
And I hand Eldak back his cup. I
Okay,
am not so sure whether he knew or not.
Well, he left.
Hard to tell.
So
Well, if he left that abruptly afterwards, probably knows something.
yeah.
Did Eben go to follow him? And Eben said, Eben, are you following him?
No. I will check where you guys were to see if he had left anything.
Gotcha. Eben's over by where
Mm-hmm.
I was. Okay.
Yeah, if anything, maybe by now you see me sort of walking towards you guys. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So he's exited the front of the thing, of the Blue Willow, where you came in originally.
How far away from him is he to me?
From here, I don't know, 30, 40 feet maybe.
Did I track him?
Yes. Track him.
Yeah,
I'll put my
probably.
hunter's mark on him.
Okay. He sort of glances back just over his shoulder as he leaves the door, sort of looking around, but then exits.
I would take notice of that.
I don't know, with somebody, I'm trying to decide. I feel like somebody might, I'm kind of giving people like a save to see if they notice that, oh, hey, it's got a spell cast on me. But there really wouldn't necessarily be like a physical effect that you'd feel, so...
They're just marked, and you know where
Yeah,
they
for
are. It's
me,
not nothing's
that's
happened to them in particular.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
if,
because
like,
it technically doesn't harm them. It's not.
Right.
It's
That's why I've been
just
letting
like
it
a-
pretty much go without notice, but they might notice just some sort of, just some, hair on your neck, just something.
Back in just a second.
Okay.
But
But even so, if I see him look, I would be like, oh, like that. And maybe even if it's not like a magical thing, that he just sort of has like a level of awareness to him, that type, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I've seen other people sort of not, really take notice of the mark. Interesting. Well, I know where he is.
We should probably find him and follow him.
He seemed to take notice when I marked him, which is unusual.
Maybe he's just
We may not want to
a very
be too
alert and
close.
scared person.
It is
Maybe
possible,
being questioned alerted
but
him.
even so. Keeping note of it.
What if he leaves? What if we can't find him again?
Oh, we have only an hour. Does he seem to be moving at a normal pace, from what I can tell with the mark?
Or
Yeah, he's exited now. You can't. Oh, well, it's hard to tell. You can't get that much of a distinct. Probably yes.
Okay.
He's not like flying away. Somehow got enough.
Well, no, I wasn't sure if he maybe tried to pick up the pace because he felt nervous or something like that.
I don't know if it's that specific.
I'm back.
So what's the plan?
Well, if he left immediately after I did the thing. Most likely. Anyway. I couldn't really get a good read on him while I was there, but that certainly seems suspicious. You did mark him, didn't you?
Yes.
Then I suggest we collect our weapons and go for now.
Alrighty.
Unless you have a better idea.
I do not. This whole place is new to me. It's not like we know, or at least I do not know many people here.
That's
To
all right.
ask for,
Don't know many either.
Okay.
Between the two of you, do you think you could track where he's gone?
Probably. I'm relatively good at alleys, streets.
All right.
Evan's a good tracker just in general, so we should theoretically be fine.
All right. Let's collect our weapons and go. We can always come back
Okay.
here if we need to. You haven't seen her, have you, Ramona?
No, nowhere. Been studying everyone that's coming in and out.
Then for the moment, I say let's.
So you have to wait a moment while he returns with your weapons and hands them back to you.
they all there?
Yeah.
Good to know. Put my rapier back on.
I make sure to check all my gear. Make sure it's in the same condition, basically.
Yeah, everything is in the condition you gave it to him. It looks like no, he took it back and
No
put it in some
foul
sort of.
play. Just-
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
No. But,
Hey, I've never been here.
no,
I don't
they
know what
they,
these
they
guys
took it
are
and
like.
stowed it. They probably do that pretty regularly, people, given some of the clientele you saw in there.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I'm reading something while I'm listening.
That's fine.
While you're deciding what you're going to do.
All right, Eben, what direction is he?
That away.
I say we follow him and find out where he goes. If he stops at a location, let's just make note that he's been here and not actually go to him. I don't think we should actually
I agree.
engage with him.
Unless it looks like he's moving her somewhere.
We would have to see her to know that.
Yeah.
All right.
So you gather your stuff and you head out, and you start heading, and you realize as you begin, with your stuff, that he's up ahead to the east, and it doesn't seem like he's moving at the moment. He stopped wherever he was, and as you continue east, you're sort of nearing the eastern exit out. Hi, cat. Out to out of the Lantern Grove area, back toward Hunter's Lane, and he's somewhere up ahead, like less than a block away.
I put my hands on
Yeah,
their
I let them
shoulders.
know he's. What?
Can we tell what
Put my hand-
building?
Evan and Eldek's shoulders set invisibility.
There's a couple dark buildings that are closed. A couple shops up on the left-hand side. Looks like a small alleyway between them, somewhere up in that area.
Do you want invisibility for the two of you?
Well, we're not gonna go in anywhere. Well, do
You
you?
could get close enough to see what he's doing.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you want to do that then, Evan?
I'm already invisible. No, yeah. I'm
Okay.
already down.
Yes. Okay. So I cast invisibility. on the
Yeah,
two
we
of
like
them.
pulled to a corner where there's like no
Oh,
one.
both
so
of
that
you?
She could just hit us with invisibility.
Okay. All right, and you move up ahead. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead and make stealth checks with advantage. This should be a gimme.
No.
Yeah,
I am
That'll do.
literally invisible.
that'll
You
do.
are almost as invisible as yesterday.
23.
Yeah. You need to pass without a trace to go on top of that.
Oh, the 40 stealth? I need that 40 stealth.
All right, so you guys slip forward, having worked together quite a bit now, anticipating where each person is sort of moving a little bit, so you don't tangle up with each other while invisible. You get close, and Eben, you're scanning the front of the buildings. And you think, no, he's not in this building. Maybe he's down this alley, and you sort of move to the alley, and you kick just a little bit of dirt to kind of give a direction to Eldak, just silently, and you move down there. And as you come around the edge of the alley, he's actually sitting there at the edge of the alley, kind of leaning, and then just a few feet away from you, and he's sort of leaning against the side of the building, and then kind of turns his head out and looks like he's checking the street to see if anybody's coming, and then he leans back. Seems to be apparently sitting there watching and waiting, but he has no idea you're like 5 feet from him.
Huh.
We can't talk to each other.
True. I'm just looking around. Is there anything in this area?
It
Like,
just
do I see
appears to
any
be like
people?
just
Is it just like empty?
no, it's
generally
dark
empty?
actually in this area. There's a few people now and again coming in and out of the Lantern Grove, like onto Hunter's Lane, but they're just passing by this area. These shops right in this little entryway to the Grove are
Can I
closed to the
see any, like, Thieves Guild markings anywhere?
south. Can make a investigation check. Hi, cat. You getting comfy there on top of my computer?
He came out to
That was
visit me.
almost a 15.
Quick scan. You don't see anything. You don't want to be too
Yeah. I
disruptive.
don't want to
You're
move
just sort of
anything. I
glancing
don't
around.
wanna,
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
It's also a little bit dark in here, and even though you have
Yeah.
dark vision, it's you might miss markings in the dark because they don't necessarily have a shade. You gonna sit on top of the warm computer? Cute.
As long as he doesn't turn it off like he does the Xbox.
Stop flickering lights, god damn it.
Stranger Things.
Stranger power outages.
So he sort of leans out and looks down the street again. Melusine, where are you? Are you?
No, a remote. I have my hand on remote arm, and we're flattened back against the whatever building, so that we around the corner.
Okay.
We let them turn the corner, but we're like back against it, so we can't be seen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay and watch for a little bit to see if he. I'm trying to figure out if he's maybe waiting for someone. Like, obviously,
Or us.
I guess it's not us. Well, it could be us, but it also could just be that he's looking to meet someone. We don't know much about
Yeah.
this guy, so I'm just gonna keep an eye out. I want to make
ditto.
sure wherever I'm at is like sort of out of the way of where potentially someone would.
Someone can walk
travel.
into us. Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
want that.
You're sort of standing behind him then in the alley, just like really close behind him, and he just seems to be sitting there leaning against the building, and then occasionally like looking back down in that direction.
The direction that we came.
How long
from.
you to wait? You wait a good 10 minutes, and he's still there.
I'll wait another 10.
Okay.
Does he look like he's getting impatient?
Yeah, a little bit. And after a few more minutes, he leaves the alley and sort of starts heading back down the direction back toward the Blue Willow.
Is he heading like towards where Mel is?
Yes, he's gone back out and headed back the direction that he would have come from as well. And
he's gonna run into you guys.
He's actually kind of sticking close to the buildings, and he's kind of he's not totally sneaking, but he's kind of like hugging the sides of the building, kind of a little bit stealthy. So Melusine, make a perception check.
Don't fail me now.
Zig, are you there?
Not
I haven't
yet.
heard from you.
19.
Not this
I
time.
haven't heard anything. Zig. He must be.
My eyesight won't
He's
permit
still
me.
here.
19.
You sort of rouse yourself out of your stupor a little bit. 19,
19.
and you're awake. I'm not trying to make you passed out for the whole adventure. Wasn't sure where you were. You sort of woken yourself up. Come to, still drunk, but sort of more of a little bit clearer head. Get your sort of wits about you.
The horse!
The night was whores.
Tonight was horror's night.
Oh,
Is there anybody at the table with me still?
No. You were left alone, private table.
Okay.
And
Wandering.
it's still bustling. It's not too late at night. It's been a few hours or something, but it's like,
I wander towards the door and I see somebody. I'm like, I need to get to a whorehouse that talks about a blue tree.
Do you know where it is?
No.
No. That's why I'm asking the people where it is.
They sort of look at you quizzically as you're leaving the establishment.
That's a pretty good description, though.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, dude, he rolled last week really high on his whorehouse knowledge, so I feel like.
Well, that's right. You do have an
That's
idea.
right. No, I know where it
You
is.
do.
Yeah,
You
that's
do.
right.
You
I
were the
do
one
know
that
where
told
it is.
them where to find it.
Yeah.
You've never been there, but you know it's in the Lantern Grove, and you know how to generally, as much as you told them when they went and found it.
Yeah, I'm
You told
stumbling my
them.
way there.
All right, head down there.
He's got a nose for horse. He can find it.
Where'd I put that?
Damn.
Isn't that those orc
All
nostrils?
Put some stank on it.
It was like potpourri.
Really? Is that what it's supposed to smell like?
Fancy.
It was just coming undone. You stumble through the streets. You're sort of, you're sobering up somewhat. You can still feel drunk, but you're not as drunk as you were. And you make your way, and you're, make a perception check for me. And I won't make him make a decision.
That's good, because I don't have shit for perception anyway.
You
All
usually
right.
roll really well when you're drunk.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's coming down from the drunk, so it's not as good.
This is true.
So anyway, what was you made a perception check, Melusine, 19. Okay, yeah, you peeking out from your hiding spot, you see this guy skulking down the side of the building, and he's like coming right at you.
I cast hold person on him.
Okay. Okay. What do you get for a save for that? What's your spell DC?
15. And
What is it though? Is it a con save?
I'll tell you in a second. It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's not a good roll. All right. As he's skulking down the thing, you step out in front of him, the boom 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 on your drum, and he's just like frozen in place right there.
Which also means that my lovely because concentration spell.
Oh,
His concentration.
So you know.
Okay.
You know something
And
happened
behind
because
him, right
we
behind
see
him,
each other.
Eldak and Eben appear, who they were shadowing right behind him.
I'm just gonna look at fucking Eben angry.
Sorry,
I immediately
he was coming
agree.
Right at me. He was coming right at me.
Yeah, and you definitely couldn't have like walked down the block or do other things. Not
Turned around and started making out with Ramona in order to make him think that you're just a couple of drunk whores in the alley.
Yeah, well.
Had options. That's all
I
they're
did.
saying.
I
That's
do
all
not
they're
make
saying.
myself known. Since he's frozen, he can't look back. I am frozen too. I am
I'm
not
waiting
moving.
still.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Mel with my hands out, like, what the fuck?
Were you
This is a
looking
bit
for me?
hostile. Can he
Again.
speak when he's frozen?
He can't speak. At
Are you
least not
speaking
that
to
I
his
know.
head?
Can you
I'm
speak?
speaking
So
when
that
you're
are you
frozen?
in his head?
He's paralyzed. Yeah, I can speak in his head.
Well, I'm just saying
you
that
looking-
would be my only guess. Can you? Are you looking for
Can't-
me? He's
can't
like,
speak.
Yeah, I don't think he can speak. 'cause
So he
he's
can't say
paralyzed,
anything.
right? Yeah.
He's held there. Now, what are you
in his
gonna do?
head, I say, in his head, I say, oh, fuck is her name? Tell me her name again. Why is my mind blank? Reba. I'm looking for Reba. Where is she?
Oh God!
In
Just
his
failed the
head.
saving throw again. Why are you looking for her? Because he can respond in his
He can
head.
respond in his mind.
yeah.
She owes me, and I'm looking for her.
Let me free.
I don't think so.
He kind of shrugs off the whole person effect because each cast of
I
that
put my hood up and
tosses
I
him
have
around
my
really fast.
face covered now. By the way,
Okay.
huh?
Yeah, my head's covered as well.
Okay. Okay.
She owes me, and I'm looking.
He pulls
for her.
something from inside his cloak a small vial and drinks it.
Cocaine power.
But he doesn't move to run. You don't look like you're from the Fairwind Isles. You look like you're from the north.
I'm not from the Fairwind Isles, but she owes me. And I was told when I went looking for her that you had brought her here. So I'd like what's mine, and then I'll leave you be.
Well, look, I don't know who sent you or why you're really looking for her, but I highly doubt that she owes you something. What is it? Why is it you're really seeking her? And
She
you need to
owes
make a
me.
wisdom saving throw.
Fuck. Hold on. Back to reality. 10.
Okay. Go ahead and you can say whatever you were gonna say. Nothing really first happens.
Okay. She owes me, and I'm looking for her. Get it back.
You feel like I don't know how to describe it. In your head, mentally, like psionically, something's like invading your very thoughts. And he seems to be searching your face as you're saying that. And then he looks back behind you. And then he suddenly turns and looks behind him. And he sees two masked individuals, like kind of off to the side in the shadows, but now like, at the red behind him.
All I
I'm
want
using
is
the cloak
Reba.
to hide my daggers, by the way.
Okay.
Like I have my arm sort of to my sides, almost like behind me, but in them are two daggers.
Does Mellison know you have your daggers on you?
Yeah, I know he has his daggers. I don't know he has them out.
Alright, well then it's not going to hide them.
No,
Well, they're
but I don't know he has
Now
them
listen,
out.
listen.
All
This-
I want is Reba. And then we're done.
And what are your intentions? And he's looking at Eldak and Eben.
I don't say
I stay
anything.
silent.
Okay. Huh? What if I do not reveal where she is? Make a wisdom saving throw, Eben.
Is this a charm effect?
Bed.
No.
Okay. You said wisdom?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a save?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Do you have
think.
advantage? Do you have advantage?
Hang on, I gotta look at something.
Reason?
It might only be specific to specific things.
Specifically being charmed.
No, the hunter's mark.
Oh.
You have advantage on any wisdom, perception, or wisdom survival. Okay, so it doesn't matter. It's not for that.
Thank
Ooh.
the gods. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
I feel him trying to.
Yes. Yeah, you can feel like sort of you think he's trying to somehow probe into your thoughts. You're not sure how he's doing it.
I move closer and I look at him. I'm like, don't even try to do that again.
Look,
All I
I want
want
to basically,
Reba.
and there's some
be
people
in
sort of
striking
passive on this-
distance.
okay.
I basically move into striking distance. Like I'm basically,
Yeah.
let's say I'm 1 square away, so that
Yeah.
he knows that if he tries to do that again, I will retaliate this
Look.
time.
The woman you seek, she's fine. She's more than fine. Your sister is fine. Look, let's.
Then
He
you
kind
can
of
take
steps
this
us closer to
from
the
her.
I
Does he have
it's
any weapons
it's
on him?
complicated.
I don't
He
care
does
how
have a small
complicated.
dagger at his side.
I don't
Is
care
it like
how
a dagger
complicated it
or
is.
ornamental?
No, it's a real dagger.
I'm
I
keeping
want
my
to
eyes
see
on
Reba.
him.
It's complicated. It's.
I don't care how complicated it is. I want to see
I
Reba.
assure you, she is absolutely, perfectly safe.
I don't care what you think. I want to see Reba.
And then, yeah, Ramona steps out and she's like, she pulls her dagger out. I want to see my sister, and you're going to tell us what happened to her, what you've done with her, and kind of starts coming forward toward him.
Make it easy on yourself.
Look, we're working on something together. We can't get to her. She's in the Valancourt. We can't even get. We literally can't go in there. The gates are closed to us. Look, let's find somewhere to have a drink, and I can explain more. I assure you, she is absolutely fine.
All right. I've heard of a lovely
Could I do an
tavern
insight check
called
on
the
him?
Nine.
Yeah, I want an inside check.
Go ahead.
Make sure he's not
As-
trying to lie to us.
That's fine.
Let me click.
Zig, you come upon
Nope.
your group of friends
Oh!
as you're entering
We are
the
very preoccupied.
stumbling toward the thing. You see your friend like it's surrounding some guy on the street. Oh my god, is that two natural ones? You see these guys
He's lying to us.
surrounding a guy on the street, sort of in the shadows, sort of off to the side as you're passing by and entering the Lantern Grove area.
A hard left turn into the alley.
Okay.
What? Why'd you assholes leave me in a bar?
Because you wouldn't come with me, love. I tried to get you to come.
I whisper in the guy's ear, they're newlywed.
But no,
Who's-
you didn't.
Who's this
You
smarmy
obviously
looking
love the
douche?
This smarmy-looking douche has Ramona.
Does he know where the whore is? Good, he knows where the whore
He
is.
does.
Where's the whore, douche?
Could you just? You're so. Can we? Let's go somewhere more private. There's a few people.
I said, where's the whore, douche?
Yeah.
We're working on something together. She's inside the Valancourt. Your
Inside
sister
the
is to be
Valancourt.
married.
Alright, I'm gonna use your head to open a
And I
gate to the
assure you,
Valancourt.
she is quite willing and happy to be engaged.
Well, of course, if she's married to somebody in the Valancourt, she'll be rich. Okay, problem solved.
See?
I'm going back.
Not
Are
probably.
you two
Exactly.
setting up a con? Is that what this is?
He may not. I can't. If you try to see her, you'll ruin everything. He doesn't know exactly who she is. He may think she's someone else.
Who
I
does
look at
he
Ramona.
think she is then?
So confused. My insight is so
I
poor.
want her name. What is the name she's going by?
I built her a whole background. A minor
Who is it?
daughter
Who is she?
of a rich family from Cimarec. A house with no male heirs. They won't check it. She's just not really an heir to any land. It's something that they won't pierce, if ever. if many years, if ever.
And what happens before then? End game
Nothing.
here,
They'll be
buddy.
happily married. She'll be married to a nobleman of the city. It's everything she wants, I assure you.
And what happens if she's found out?
She will not be found out.
What
I've
Well,
done
what
this. I
happens
mean,
if she
found out?
is?
She's not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. She's quite
I'm
believable.
worried about it. What happens if she's found out?
Then she goes back to being a whore.
Well,
Or worse, loses
I
her
would
head.
assume that, yeah. Well, I'm sure the man won't be very happy, but she can slip away.
Listen,
And
it's the Valancourt. They don't just kill people there. She'll turn into some housemaid for
not
some
usually.
high-class
No, he's
family.
right. They don't.
I'm talking. You shut up.
No.
Hans, how close are we
Yes, go
to
ahead.
the Nine Pines?
You're still right outside the Lantern Grove, like right at the little exit to Hunter's Lane, so
Far.
a ways away.
Okay.
Should we invite him home?
Why would we invite this guy back?
I thought we'd let you do what you do
What's-
best.
What's the name of the family that she's with?
If I tell you and you go there, it'll spoil everything, and then she really might be in
If
danger.
you don't tell me, I'll rip out your tongue.
All right, why don't you
I've
make
seen
an
it.
intimidation check?
I've seen it. He's done it before.
He usually cuts off people's heads.
Nope.
Though. That's his favorite.
I'm never very intimidating when I really want to be intimidating.
It's true, and it's very sad. Like, super unfortunate.
I don't know how to get plus 10 like some people have.
Look,
It's because
I
he has
could-
double
I could arrange-
proficiency.
I think you
I
gotta.
could arrange for you to see her. I could arrange.
gotta-
He looks at Ramon. I could arrange for you to see her,
Her and
but
one
we have to
other.
keep this a secret. It's for her own good as well. He seems to have kind of picked up on that you're worried about her. She could be exposed, and playing on the fact that if you cause it, it'll expose her as well. Not to mention whatever his plans are. She is to be married
How
in
soon?
a week's time.
Oh,
In a
fuck.
week's time, the final arrangements are nearly prepared. There's to be a large ceremony just outside the city. There'll
I've
be
done this quest in
you know,
Skyrim. This didn't end well.
people. Is there a quest like this in Skyrim?
Yes.
I don't know that.
I totally feel like there is.
I
There's a
don't know.
wedding in one of the keeps, and you have to kill the husband because the husband is a shithead, and you're trying to save
Wow.
the wife of another dude.
Wow, I don't remember that.
Okay.
Spoilers.
That's yeah. Now there's going to be a food festival, people from other families. It's going to be it's at the Rose Grounds. They hold events and festivals there. There's going to be a
So hold on a second. Hold on a second.
challenge, a martial challenge as well. There's going to be a
What?
battle there.
What are you getting out of all of this? You're marrying her off to a rich family. What are you getting out of this?
No, nothing. I want her to be happy. You don't even need to make an insight check on that one.
Because it seems to me that she's assuming all the risk here, and you're just a jerk off that is benefiting in some way.
Well, as I said, in order to keep this without you guys screwing it up, I can arrange, perhaps at the wedding itself, I could arrange
Before the
a
wedding.
meeting for you to see your sister, and you may ask her yourself.
Before the wedding, and she takes someone with her.
I can't even get in the Valancourt now that she's in there. I barely can get word. I could send a whispered word to her. I could send a note or something. To arrange it. But at the wedding, at the grounds, you can ask her. There will be food. He seems to kind of be waving, thinking like, you can be, I don't know, I'll make up something of why you're there. You can be people or a distant relative. No, you shouldn't know her. I don't know. He's like he's kind of like thinking, trying to think how to get there. I don't know. Maybe there will be a battle. Sir Declan Seri is going to battle someone. I haven't figured out who that's going to be yet. But some reason
Kind
I'll
of
come up with
battle is
some
it?
reason for you to be there. It'll be martial combat on the Rose Grounds.
To the death?
No, of course not to the death. No, it'll be a challenge of skill. Full tournament rules combat.
Sig doesn't do rules.
Yeah, I was almost thinking that till he said rule.
Well, rules meaning you're not going to kill a person.
Zig doesn't do rules.
Exactly. He kills people.
He's battled people not to the
I
death.
say I prize fight all the
He beat
time.
Al-Elike in single combat.
I am a fairly accomplished prize fighter.
Yeah.
Well,
Deep down, you
yes,
wanna
we
kill
know,
them.
which is why we've been thinking about
Her
you.
fiance is he pictures he's kind of an adventurer wannabe, so he loves this kind of thing and he wants this at his wedding.
Who's her husband to be?
It's not he's a minor noble, related to, just minorly attached to the Valancourt itself.
Then it won't be a problem to tell us his name.
His name's Rhodey Marbrand. Look, if you screw this up, she will be in danger.
I'm not worried about screwing it up. I'm worried about making sure she's safe.
He's sort of sizing up Zig as one of you said something about Zig doesn't do. Could work. Are you plate now? Do you have your faceplate up to talk?
No, it's down. Through my
me see
stumbling
your face.
around.
Let me see.
I don't swing that way, buddy.
Just your face.
Does he
Sean.
sober up? Does he
Just
fight
your
well enough when
hood.
he's sober?
He fights magnificently when he.
I fight well enough when I'm drunk, you puny little shit.
This is also
It's
true.
true.
This could work. This could totally work. He
What's,
kind of looks at you.
what's he
You
talking
better
about?
put up a good fight, though. Sir Declan Seri was the hero of the Broken Wall. He won martial combat in the tournament of the procession 6 years ago, but he's a little past his prime. But he's.
I
nothing to
got.
be-
You want me to beat up an old person? I mean, it's not out of my depth. I'm not saying I won't do it.
If you can get him sober, that will work.
I'm just saying, normally,
Nobody
You
gets
can
The
be
people
some
that
of
I
his
beat
attendants
up.
or something that
that he
come
doesn't want to do.
part of his entourage or something. That would be why you're there.
if he soils
squad or
himself
some
while
shit,
I'm
I
beating
don't
him up, I'm gonna be very upset. I don't like dealing in feces.
I don't
What
think you'll have
message
to
do you
worry
wish me
about-
to send to your sister? Besides that,
Have you
we'll
ever
arrange
been
to
around
meet.
old
I'll
people?
ask her.
They poop all the time. Like the crazy guy in the inn. Poops all
Just
the
tell her
time.
that.
Battle.
Just tell her that I'm here. I'm looking for her, and that I'll be checking to make sure she's safe.
Am I fighting this old person or what? Let's go. Where is he at?
Not.
In a week, Zig, in a week.
So, right, I will get the message to her.
A week.
Please do not go asking around.
Hey, anybody else hear about the whore marrying the guy? See, nobody cares.
Some people sort of walking by, kind of turn and look, but then sort of continue on their way. Can I be on my way? You know where to find me.
I don't know where to find you. Where do we find him?
We'll tell you about it afterwards.
Is he in this alley?
You better be sober for the battle.
He'll be sober for the battle.
Is this alley your home? Do you live in a box?
He's gonna move like he's trying to leave. Are you gonna stop
Is
him?
he like trying to move past me?
Well, you're kind of surrounding him, but he's trying to move like out in the street and away.
Is Ramona letting him go?
Yeah.
Then I won't stop him.
Goodbye,
See
Miss
what
Move towards him,
Freeman.
I'm stopping.
I don't see what other choice we have. Hopefully, we'll take her message. My message to her. He could be totally lying. He could disappear. I don't know.
Kind of
Oh.
stuck in a rock in a hard place.
I like
What
that
are
guy.
we gonna do? We
That guy was
shiv him in
funny.
this alley, then we'll never find her.
Wait, we're shivving him? Okay, hold on.
No.
No.
But
You're fighting some other old dude, not this old. Not yet, anyway. If you cross us, I know where to find you. I step aside.
I've sort of whipped the gar around in front. I said, but I've got my shiv ready.
Awesome.
Big shiv.
A week, Zig. A week.
Can I just, like, take his ear? Or, like...
Kent.
One look over his shoulder as headed back, probably in the direction of the Blue Willow, or in the direction of the Blue Willow, probably there, you're not sure.
Is he a male whore? Did you find a male whore? Is that what happened?
He's not a male
I
whore.
brought him home for you. I knew you would like it. And then I turn around and walk off head off toward our tavern.
I, not throw, but stick the blazing gar in between her legs and trip her as she walks away.
All right, make a dexterity save.
Hold on. Gotta find it. That was not what I meant to throw.
A death save. Jesus.
I know.
She trips and breaks her neck.
I got
That would have been real terrible.
All right,
I was like trying to
you
make my
nimbly
screen
sort
big
of-
enough to be seen.
flourish over it just a little bit. And you guys managed to corral Zig back to the Nine Pines at some point, and return there, where there's a few more cups of ale waiting before sweet slumber.
I was told there would be whores.
Most of the crew is asleep, and you're sort of, what a night, and the other people are there asleep, and Rowan's like, I'm gonna turn in.
I don't know, that was
Thank
a
you
pretty
for
normal
helping
night.
me. Yeah.
Is the
and then
fire
there's
in the hearth
you guys,
going?
yeah, it's burning a little low. It's burning a
I'm
little
gonna
low.
sit in front of it by myself.
Before you have a chance to sit down, and you've only been in a few moments. No. There's a knock at the front door. You just came in.
Oh God.
Hey, I bet it's Trix and Clitoris. What's his name? Cliven?
Trixon and clitoris.
Trix.
Like a terrible new
I'm-
breakfast cereal.
It's a little fishy, but So I go answer the door.
Now I'm embarrassed to say that it
My
is.
friends.
Now I'm embarrassed to say that it is. Indeed.
Oh, we were just
Now that's
talking
his
about
name.
you.
It's Cliven. And
I know his name's Cliven.
Tricks.
I remember
I had to
Tricks.
force
the other
myself to say it
person.
now, because now I'm going to say it. And they're at the door.
The duo of Clitter Tricks.
That like Vajazzle?
Turning in
Yeah.
already?
I'm
No.
not turning in. The night's just starting. I've got more ale. What are you guys doing
How
here?
about you invite us in for a glass?
Oh yeah, I invited her, and I didn't. But you invited yourself. She could, but it's not the opening yet. You're early.
He's drunk.
I'm drunk. You guys can come in.
They kind of come cautiously in the front door and look around, and
Then look out for the three rogues on the other side of the door. They'll stab you. There's nobody
All of them
here.
are me.
There's nobody here except for these people that are all just. They're busy.
You are also here.
They're busy sitting by the fire to recover from their
we
night
want
of
to let you
whoring.
know that the stilettos are a real thorn in our side. They're determined to take over the south end of the levee war.
Are they like a little
So they're a
small,
problem
sharp
for both of
knife
us.
in your side? Like a stiletto?
I'm sure they would
You get it?
not be some,
Because it's a thorn. Would be a. It was a. And then it would be. And their
I
name.
vocally sigh.
He's
I could
just.
notice as I'm looking at the Terraflex map while at the main counter.
Yeah.
He's just upset because he used to be in the stilettos. And now they kicked him out because he was too much of a girly man.
I don't really
Hey.
think that's what happened.
You're gonna believe someone who's drunk?
Yeah.
He likes to make up stories quite often. Like the fact that
Look,
we're
you said if
married.
we came to visit your place, you'd expect to visit our place.
Yeah, not the place that you store the dead bodies in the barrels either, because that's just
No.
weird. We have got barrels here too, but I'm pretty sure there's no dead bodies in it, right?
There's
Shark,
another place.
shark baits
Please
asleep.
don't put
That's
any
I
just
can't-
It's a
big-
small
I can't
safe
tell
house.
you, shark baits asleep. He'd be the one that would put
There's-
dead bodies.
There's
in.
another place, but we need something.
Of course you do.
A
Everybody
key?
does today.
Did you lock yourself out? I
What
can
do you
I can
do
knock the
today?
door down. I'm big, and I can hit doors hard. So
The best way to get around the city is under the ground, quietly at least. There's a whole series of tunnels and sewers beneath this ward. We used to have run of them, but the stilettos have begun using. That's how they're getting into our territory at night,
well, you
getting
should
away.
smell them coming from a mile away.
We sent one of our members down into a deeper area which connects over to this area,
Member.
but I don't even know what that joke means.
You don't want to.
I know you don't know what a member is, Cliven. I can
listen
tell
to
that
me,
by
man.
looking at
Man,
you.
listen to me, and he sort of grabs your shoulder. There's something down there. There's something horrible down there.
Is it a
Let's
gelatinous
take
cube?
it out. I
'Cause
Have
actually
you
don't
seen it?
know. Perhaps. No, but we sent one of our members down there, didn't come back. There's something large down there. I don't think it's a gelatinous cube, but there's all manner of disease and filth down there.
Is it an alligator? Because I've heard of alligators living in sewers of big cities.
I thought that
If
was
you can
turtle.
clear the way through
The
to where the
last-
stilettos are coming from.
The last time that I came through into an alligator, it bit me and it was like holding on to me and stuff.
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that one, Zig.
That was a big
Should have
alligator.
let him drag you under.
Yeah, it would have pulled him into the fucking thing.
So I don't know all about alligators if it's an alligator.
Listen, are you up for it? Can you clear this out?
Right now,
Look, if
yeah,
we're all
let's
gonna
go.
live in this district, we need to share the space. Kind of
Where's
looks around the rest of you too.
Where's the sewer at? I'm
You
ready.
guys-
Let's go.
If we're all gonna share this neighborhood, you're gonna need someone to watch your place while you're gone. You're gonna be, I can't imagine you are gonna be sitting around the fire roasting marshmallows for the next month. You want the stilettos wandering in here, casing this place?
We got the old guy. She'll throw his poop at him like a crazy person that he is, and they'll run away.
Is that your plan? Is that all of your plan?
No, it's not all of our plans.
Look, we could form a bit of an alliance in this district. If you're up for it. But I need you
And
to clear out the way to the sewer so we can get over there.
And I'm prodding Eldak in his mind. You're the one who knows about this place. Speak up!
Well, why can't you clear the sewers? You don't even know what's down there. You don't want an alliance. You want to send us down into the sewer so we get killed by the big baddie in the sewer, and then you can come and take the bar for yourself.
So you're just gonna sit around and drink your nights away here? That's what you're gonna do every night?
He just might.
Do you want to battle next game? Or
Where's? I have already said where's the sewer. I said where are we going? I've said it already.
Don't you want an adventure?
I said we would go on the one guy's adventure tomorrow. I said, where's the sewer? I'm ready now.
I'm giving you multiple adventures.
Keeps getting ignored. Let's go kill stilettos. Let's go in the sewer. Let's go to the crypt. Let's go everywhere right now.
He tells you, he's going to give you an
take a
address.
look
If you
at the
change your
sewer.
mind, come make contact with us here.
I really
'Cause
just
before I didn't tell you where to find
the
them.
next session. I really just want to go to the library. I got some books that I want to check out.
I
So he
asked
leaves
them
you
which
with
one
an
of them
address
know-
that you
Before they
gotta
leave,
find
I
you.
asked who knows the area the best of the people who are currently here.
what, the underground and the sewers?
Just
People that knew it the
I'm like,
best.
mark it, so I know where to look.
Oh,
I pull out
he
my.
shows you on the
Infinite.
map a place sort of back along the wall, somewhere up in the alleys, somewhere near, kind of back behind the sodality area, somewhere over there. That's the address that he sort of delivered to you. You can find us there. As for underground, well, Stiletto's got one of our members that knew it the best, and the other one we sent through to try to find a way through, he didn't come back.
And where do they mostly run? And I point to like potentially where like the district that Zig told us about, or wherever Zig may have mentioned, like
Well,
just a mark on this map.
long ago they ran from the Narrows part way down toward Barrel's End, but pretty much they run everything in the south end of Barrel End in the Narrows, and now they're looking to push into the south end of the Levy Ward. The Nine Pines points, like taps on the map right there. It's right in the area they're looking to expand into. And believe me, these aren't people you're going to want to pay weekly rate to.
And we'll want to pay weekly rate to you.
Normally we would work something out, but we're not extortionists. It's really not our game. But look, you help us secure our territory from them, and we can help look after your place. It's just an
what's
offer.
going on?
He kind of looks back over at Zig, who's sort of wandered off by the fire. It's just an offer. It's up to you.
I
And they
accept.
sort of
I don't know about
back
the rest of
out.
us.
They back out into the.
I'm already
into
like
the
marking
street.
stuff on my map that he told me.
Guys,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
we had K-pop fanboy watching us for like 5 minutes, and then they left.
Oh wow! Amazing.
We weren't weeb enough.
Is that really his
Nope.
name?
Yes, K-pop fanboy.
All right,
We're
we need
not.
we need new weeb icon for our characters.
I'm okay with this.
He's-
I'm gonna put
Okay.
Weeb Archer.
Tell me where
he
the
probably saw
sewer
those
is.
pink streaks in the hair, and he's like, "Oh, this anime stream." More cleavage, honey. Come on, we need more viewers.
That's a word.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't go down any further. Stop.
Don't you know how it works? Come on. Girl on Twitch.
No. Let's play some
Any
Dance Dance Revolution. Um. Anyway, so
We just have to squeeze him tighter. There you go.
we'll leave it for there. It being near midnight, but yes.
Did you see my message?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Make this my new icon.
No, because when I switch on Discord, it okay. I did now.
Okay.
When I switch on
I'm a
Discord,
male archer though, still, but that will be my new icon.
I know.
whoa. Is it Clash of Clans? What does that have to do with Clash of Clans?
Nothing. Oh,
Look,
the
you can cut- you
archer
can
is
crop.
a female, and they just weaved it.
Yeah, I just put Weeb Archer and then I looked for a picture. It's like, well, there we go.
So
Nailed
you
it.
have several threads that should take you to some more exciting adventure
I've got shit to do.
than tavern crawling for next week. Because as
Right.
fun as it is, I don't know that I can make up any. I need to kill something. Even the DM needs blood.
Give
We
me
need to kill
blood.
something.
Blood.
Give me
It's
death.
it's been a pretty
Yeah.
slow 3 weeks.
Yeah, we got some 3 threads here that we can follow. So you can check out the Catacombs of the Conquered, or you can attend Reva's wedding, or you can check out the sewers.
Or
Or all
all
three.
3 Power Week. Just from the sewers out to the thing and then come back at the end of the week.
We come up from the sewers into the wedding, and then
And then we
It's
go back down
amazing.
to
Comes
the
out
sewers
right
and
there.
They lead us to the body of the dead halfling, gnome, whatever it was.
gnome.
The halfling.
Yeah,
Oh, halfling, gnome,
Mhm.
whatever.
I don't remember. It was a small thing.
It was a halfling.
So we'd have to kill shark bait and then kill a human
Kill
and
Carl.
put the human's feet with shark bait to make it look like a halfling.
I heard that.
Go back to bed. Don't worry about it.
There's nothing to see here. You heard nothing.
All right. Next time,
Let's see
sewer.
if Zig is ready for some single combat. Gets an
I'm excited to
ex-tournament
see that.
champion.
Definitely.
He's an old man. He'll be fine.
No,
Exactly.
he's gonna be like
Geriatric.
fucking. What's this dude
Yeah.
from
I'm gonna break his hip first
Critical
swing.
Role?
Dude, no, he'll be Reinhardt. Reinhardt looks old as fuck when he takes off the thing, and then
Oh, yeah.
suddenly he charges you into a wall. And
What's
You
his
guys-
name? Groon Earthbreaker,
Yeah,
right?
Groon.
Earthbreaker.
Oh yeah,
Green.
Earthmaker Groon.
Did you guys
He's
know
a
that?
old man.
They're
What's
making.
the guy that he faced? And
Oh shit, the other guy
they're
in the
making
pit,
what?
David.
Oh, the half orc or whatever that he
Yeah.
was?
Yeah, what was the half-orc miner guy that kept facing? He went back to get his revenge on.
I don't remember.
Can't remember the hammer. Somebody the hammer.
Kern.
Kern the hammer. And then he went back to become the champion and beat somebody else later. Who was the guy he beat?
He beat up
Was that
Kern.
Earthbreaker Groon? Was
Kern
that
won the
Earthbreaker
first
Groon?
time. No,
Yeah, but then he came
after the
back and
first
won.
time. Yeah, he beat Kern after that, but then
Yeah, but
the
then,
first
like,
time
later he came
Earthbreaker
back and
Groon
fought the guy that
took
was-
notice. Well,
Who
that
was
was
the
for a
monk?
different thing. That wasn't in the fighting pit. That was in the Temple of Cord.
He's fought him
Oh,
twice.
I thought that
think,
was
hasn't
related to that.
No, he met Earthbreaker at the fighting pit because he took notice of Grog. And
Was
then
that who he
Grog went
fought?
to
Was
seek.
Earthbreaker
That's the
Groon?
monk that he.
Yeah.
That's the monk.
Dude, he should have helped him
fought.
fight Vecna. That guy was a badass.
He was on the ground taking care of
Yeah, they like blew up
Everything
the
else.
temple.
Yeah.
horses and stuff.
They blew up the Temple of
And
Cord.
Nick is
when...
like, "Why are we talking?"
I know it's
Yeah,
Critical
sorry.
Role.
It's alright.
It's fine.
Alright. There will be combat. There will be maps and combat next week.
They
Yeah,
will
we're
be
gonna get-
glued.
All of K-pop's friends.
Like I said.
Did you guys know that they were making a Witcher TV show on Netflix?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but I have no
just
clue
found that
when
out
it's
today.
supposed to actually happen. I know they're supposed to be making
Well,
it.
Netflix has like no budget, and they spend like millions of dollars on their shows, and they're amazing. So I don't know.
I'm more interested in seeing the one with Will Smith.
I'm so excited for that.
Bright.
2 months. 2 months.
Yeah.
Is it 2 months? I thought it was supposed to come out in November.
Early December.
Apparently,
No,
I had a
it's like-
viewer as
it's like
well.
closer to
I've got
Christmas.
stuff in my chat.
Oh, and you were ignoring it?
Hey. Oops.
Somebody named Tiny Little Dragon.
Yeah. Peeks out of his cardboard box. She's seducing him. Flails tiny wings. Flash boobs at him. That always works. Flails more. Bill Cosby over here offering romantic experiences that come from bottles of drugs.
Yeah, we had a viewer, people. We had a viewer.
Yeah, well, I'm seducing someone lovely.
Well, you were sort of like, yeah.
I was.
Okay, so I have to pay attention to chat, apparently. I don't know that I could chat with you and DM and everything. I'm
Well,
gonna
that
need
should
to
be like a
hire a
given.
moderator.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
gotta have a
yeah.
hire a moderator now. Too popular.
That's hysterical.
I could join your channel, actually, I think, in my IRC, and then I'd get a notice when somebody joined yours as well.
I don't even think I'd bother to set up this little follower thing because I just wanted to see how you do it. I was playing around with it. I'm just more into it just to try it. I don't really care.
Word.
So it's fun to
Clearly
look
you're
and then
doing
watch
better than I.
backwards. Well, I wanna learn. I don't know. I want to learn.
Yeah,
how
there
to
we
do
go.
It. I
Now
wanna
I'm in both
watch it and
channels
see
now.
how I can do better. Like, to me, just the recording of it is more interesting. I want to watch myself and see all the times I stutter, all the times Zig says something that I can't expect, and I go, how can I like prepare better for like the improv stuff and things? So trying to.
You can't prepare for me.
No, you actively try to like corner me. If I stop at all, like, did I stammer? What did you say? You don't have anything to say now, NPC? It's like, then I start laughing. And then internally I'm like laughing, and then it's like really hard to like make whatever stupid voice I'm trying to do.
To be fair, they all pretty much sound the same, so.
Well, it's the best I can do. I'm not a voice actor.
It's alright. I've never complained.
I'm doing the best I can. I'm not good with voices.
You're fine.
I mean, as long as you're fine with having
Southern
shitty
Belle.
voices, then you're fine.
Your Southern Belle was totes there.
Best.
Dude,
Well,
Jamaican
man,
Hans, Southern
I
Belle
can't.
Hans. Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the stop.
Liar.
I can't do it now. Now I can't do it.
If only you were recording it and you could
Put
watch
you
it
on.
over.
I missed the
God.
Southern Belle, apparently.
The woman from the stocking.
The woman
It can't have been worse
wow,
than
your character was
I
though.
tried to do a Jamaican kind of
Whatever are you
accent.
thinking?
The Jamaican was the
It was
best.
Darling, she's not here.
You're
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, yeah. So
I always like when you redo the ones that I've done. Like
I can't
you're
do the
Stormy
gloomy one.
and
Well, I had a gloomy voice like
or
going,
gloomy
and then
and-
you
yeah.
took him over, and now I can't. I can't compete.
well, don't let me take over characters, or else they're gonna get a new
No,
personality.
It
and
was like a plane. It was just
voice.
I can't do it because it's different. Well,
were-
now I tell you, you can't do it like that. This is how you do it.
That's close.
Pretty
Listen here. Here's what you do. You gotta go in the bar. You gotta say, bitches, come on. You're coming with me. And then you leave the bar. You go. You fuck the bitches all night long. And that's what you do. That's how you do it. That is Jason Gaddis's dad. Exactly. What you boys do tonight? You know, when I was your age, I'd go to the bar. I'd say, bitches, come on. You're coming with me. I'd take a bitch home. I'd fuck her. I'd go back to the bar. I'd get another one. You boys just sit around and play video games all night. It's weird. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Wonder why Gaddis turned out the way he did.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't wonder that at all. And he has a gay older brother that's really aggressively gay.
Don't behave.
No.
Alright, Gil.
It's like Chiron. Smite.
He doesn't. Well, he's not quite that flamboyant. He's not flamboyantly gay. He's just aggressively gay. Like you go over to Jason's house and his brother's like, "Listen here, you little son bitch, I'll suck your dick." It's like, whoa, I don't. No, I don't swing
And that's
that
like
way.
an interesting mix between dad and
Yeah,
Yeah.
Junior's interesting.
creepy.
Don't need to be gay for it. I just do it because I like it.
Big Gay Allen, Mr. Slave.
Like, I'll fuck your asshole through the front of your dick. Come on, let me do it. No, Junior, no. You're just afraid I'll turn you gay. Let me go to town, that little skinny ass. No, Junior. It's not happening.
This sounds like a really messed up family.
Well, yeah. Not to mention the mom and dad are both fairly skinny, but the sons are both like 300 pounds because they literally drink 2 liters of Cokes and Doritos and like just food all the time. I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing. It was awesome to go over to their house. It was like wings and pop and everything you'd want, just force fed to you the entire time. It's good.
Sounds like a lot.
While you're just sitting there
Did you
playing
ever
video
see
games.
Gaddis anymore?
No, I haven't actually in a while. Talk to him every now and again on Messenger, but that's about it.
Last time I talked to Gaddis was World of Warcraft.
And he
Did
lives
he
down
play
in.
Warcraft with us?
Yeah.
Didn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
I thought so.
I don't remember him playing Warcraft.
Yes. Stavi was his priest,
Yes.
and
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that's right.
he had Gaddy was a hunter, and
Yeah.
That's right, he did.
Yep.
I remember him from Camelot
Yeah. Camelot.
running 10 boxes of bots or whatever fucking crazy shit he had going on.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 boxes of bots and and his radar bot, and yeah, that's Gaddis.
You saw this picture I sent you, Hans?